Yes, Lord. It will be. Good morning. Good morning, advancers. Hope everyone is doing well today. I'm excited about getting started today and what we have prepared for you and bringing everybody in. It's launch day. It is launch day for Advanced Kingdom. I'm excited. And as always, we've been doing this for a while, and we always begin our mornings turning our hearts and minds towards Christ. Everything that we do is because of kingdom. Everything that we do is because of Jesus Christ. And so we want to turn our hearts and minds to him this morning. I will be delivering the devotion and prayer this morning. And as we do this, I want you to be prayerful and mindful of our mandate, advancing kingdom, advanced kingdom. This morning's devotion is going to be coming from Luke 2. And I'm going to read a little bit of scripture. We're going to read verses 39, and we're going to go through verse 52. So Luke 2, 39 through 52. And it reads, starting in verse 39. So when they had performed all things according to the law of the Lord, they returned to Galilee, to their own city, Nazareth. They're speaking of Mary, Joseph, and Jesus, the family. And the child grew, they're talking about Jesus, and became strong in spirit, filled with wisdom, and the grace of God was upon him. His parents went to Jerusalem every year at the feast of the Passover. And when he was 12 years old, they went up to Jerusalem according to the custom of the feast. When they had finished the days, as they returned, the boy Jesus lingered behind in Jerusalem, and Joseph and his mother did not know it. But supposing him to have been in the company, they went a day's journey and sought him among their relatives and acquaintances. Verse 45. So when they did not find him, they returned to Jerusalem, seeking him. Now so it was that after 3 days, they found him in the temple, sitting in the midst of teachers, both listening to them and asking them questions. And all who heard him were astonished at his understanding and answers. So when they saw him, they were amazed. And his mother said to him, Son, why have you done this to us? Look, your father and I have sought you anxiously. And he said to them, Why do you seek me? Did you not know that I must be about my father's business? Verse 50. But they did not understand the statement which he spoke to them. Then he went down with them and came to Nazareth and was subject to them. But his mother kept all these things in her heart. And Jesus increased in wisdom and in stature and in favor with God and with man. That is the word of the Lord according to Luke, the 2nd chapter, as we read through verse 39 through 52. And I believe this morning that we are entering into a different time in the earth, that it is a time where we will see God's kingdom dominate the kingdoms of the earth, and where we will see the influence of his kingdom take over every sphere of influence. We're expecting God to move in the financial industry. We're expecting God to move in the trading industry for his people so that his name may be made known. And what we know is that God will use ordinary people like you and I who carry the kingdom in our hearts to do supernatural, to operate in the supernatural, and to disrupt evil agendas and carry out kingdom assignment throughout the earth. And this is the context of today's devotional. God has selected an ordinary family. Mary is ordinary. Joseph is ordinary. And God has selected these ordinary folks to do the extraordinary. We know that Mary is ordinary. She was surprised when the angel appeared to her. We know that Joseph is ordinary. And when we pick them up in the text, They're doing an ordinary thing in their time. That what Luke tells us, that when we pick up the text in verse 41, that this is something that they do every year. Every year, Mary and Joseph, they gather the children, they gather their family, they gather their acquaintances, and they go up to Jerusalem. And they go to Jerusalem for the feast of the Passover. It was out of tradition that they would do that. This was according to the law of Moses in Exodus 12 and 13, where Moses received the instruction to remember the Passover. Remember how God delivered them in the past. When they marked the doorpost, when Israel marked the doorpost and the death angel passed by and killed all the firstborn, but skipped over the doorpost that carried the blood. And they were supposed to do this feast every year to remember how God delivered. And this is what I want you to know this morning, that their tradition was set on acknowledging what God had done in their past, not on what God was going to do in their future. Their posture in life was based on what God had done in their past. They had no expectation about what God had planned for their future. And this morning, many of you have woke up this morning with no acknowledgement that God is not just a God of yesterday, but he is also a God of your tomorrow. And so my question for you this morning is, what is your expectation for the week? Are you following tradition, or are you willing to break tradition based on Jesus being with you? If you're traveling this journey with Jesus, are you expecting the same thing, or are you expecting something great to happen in your life? And so in the text, Mary and Joseph have been doing the ordinary every year. They've been going up to Jerusalem every year. They've been carrying out this feast of Passover every year. And in the text, Luke says Jesus is 12 years old when this occasion happened. So for the past 12 years, Jesus has been experiencing this ordinary trip with Mary and Joseph. And in Mary, get this. I want you to hear this. In Mary and Joseph's mind, they were doing the God thing. Out of tradition, out of their heart, they were doing the God thing. They woke up that morning, prepared the family, and they made this trip to Jerusalem, and they called it a God thing. But in Jesus' mind, hear this, the kingdom was about to disrupt the ordinary routine. Jesus was just 12 years old when this event happens. 12 is especially among the Jews, numbers have deeper meaning than they do today. And 12 represents God's kingdom. It represents a connection to power. It represents a connection to government. It's connected to the bringing about of God's kingdom. So you get it. 12 tribes of Israel. There were 12 disciples in Christ. There's 12 gates recorded in Revelation. 12 symbolizes God's coming kingdom. And here is Jesus in the text, 12 years old, and we see the kingdom wake up in him. We see Jesus that have been doing this ordinary trip for the last 11 years. On the 12th year, the kingdom awakes up in him. And folks around him are still doing what they've always have done. However, Jesus began at this moment to operate on kingdom time. And that's what I'm telling you this morning. That's what I'm proclaiming to you this morning, that something is waking up in us during this time, that we're operating now in kingdom time. We're operating now in something that is not ordinary. And so as I read the text, I extract from the text a few things, but I want to point out to you 3 things, and I want to proclaim it over the listeners of this call. One, that we're operating in kingdom time. And because of that, you're going to experience supernatural acceleration. In kingdom time, you will experience supernatural acceleration. When the kingdom awakens in you, you move off of earthly time, of your traditions and what you're normally used to doing, and you begin to move into kingdom time. And when you move into kingdom time, you move in supernatural acceleration to carry out God's agenda, to carry out the Father's business. In verse 46 of Luke 2, we see Jesus. Get this. He says, we find Jesus 12 years old, and he's sitting. Mary and Joseph go about their business. They go back home. They go back to what they're used to. And they forget that they left Jesus in Jerusalem. And when they go back to find Jesus, they find him in verse 46, sitting in the midst of teachers. Get this, listening and asking questions. They find him in verse 46, sitting in the midst of teachers, listening and asking questions. And then in verse 47, just the very next verse, Luke records that we find the same folks that was teaching Jesus now astonished at his understanding and at his answers. In one verse, how could it be that he was sitting, listening, and asking questions? And then in the next verse, the teachers are now sitting and asking him questions. How could the tables turn in such a short period of time? It's because Jesus was operating in a supernatural acceleration. It is called supernatural advancement. It's when your heart posture is one that you have a heart to learn from God, and you are humble enough to be taught. There is a supernatural grace of God that is coming over this community, and that will come upon you to understand. And your answers will astonish even your teachers. It'll be a sign that the supernatural acceleration has come into your life, that the ones that used to teach you, you are now teaching them. It is supernatural advancement that will advance you even past your teachers. And we witnessed it even in this group. Even in this group of traders. Many of you I have coached, I have done one-on-ones with you, and now you have outpaced me in payouts. You have outpaced me in understanding. It's a sign that supernatural acceleration is in the group. That who was once teaching you with the wisdom and the knowledge of God comes upon your life, that you would do a lot more than what you were once able to do. It's when you posture yourself and you humble your heart to understand that you receive the supernatural wisdom of God on your life. Another thing that I get from the text is that for Jesus, there was a recognition of his kingdom assignment and its ability to disrupt. When we look at Luke 2 and verse 48, it says, and his mother said to him, son, why have you done this to us? Look, your father and I have sought you anxiously. Let me say this. Your kingdom assignment will make other folks anxious. Your kingdom assignment is meant to disrupt environments. Your kingdom assignment is meant to disrupt old traditions. Jesus says in verse 49, he said, why do you seek me? Did you not know that I must be about my Father's business? And there was a misalignment with what others were expecting from him. They knew Jesus from 11 years ago, but there's a new Jesus that arose in this time. They saw him greater. And I declare to you that people are going to see you greater than what they've seen you in the past. That there is a light that's going to come out of you that's going to shine in dark places. That the kingdom of God is going to take over through you. You have an assignment in the kingdom. Folks don't expect you to produce what you are producing. But it's because the kingdom, hear me, the kingdom has woken up inside of you. There's a recognition that's coming in the group of what you're carrying, and what you're carrying prepares you for advancement. And lastly, I want to talk to you in the text. What we see is this agenda of advancing the kingdom, and you're called to advance kingdom. Jesus says in verse 52, he says, and Jesus increased in wisdom and stature and in favor with God and man. The word increased here is the Greek word prokopto. It means advance. So Jesus advances. It means to go forward. Hear me? That's right. It means to make progress. It means to proceed. It means to be profitable. It means to grow. It means to advance. That is what you're called to do. You're called to be profitable in the kingdom. Yeah, you're called to grow in the kingdom. You're called to advance in the kingdom. It's a directly opposite of the word eleto, which means to decrease or become lower. And let me tell this for just a few folks on the line, that you're not meant to go lower during kingdom time. In kingdom time, you're meant to stand. You're meant to prokopto. You're meant to increase. And you will increase in three areas. You're going to increase in wisdom. You're going to increase in stature. And you're going to increase in favor. And so Jesus moved in these three spheres. The Bible says that he increased, he advanced. The kingdom will advance in these three areas. He increased in wisdom. Wisdom is where you will understand and you will comprehend all things pertaining to your assignment. Yeah, no longer are the days where you'll wake up and it'll just be another ordinary day. But now you'll wake up with the understanding of what you're called to do and what you're called to be and what you're called. I hope you hear me on the line. There's a supernatural wisdom that is coming over the group that will cause you to understand and cause you to comprehend all things pertaining to your assignment. Hear me. God says that you will even increase in stature. You will mature in the faith, that you will not be moved by any old thing, but you will be established in what you set out to do. You won't start a thing and leave a thing. In this industry, God is planting us. We are planted. We're going to be established in the trading industry. We're going to be established in the financial industry. This is not something that we come into and we get kicked out of. We are speaking even to the spirits that are gatekeepers of this financial industry, that we will mature in the faith and that God has brought us here to stay, that we are going to not get along, but we're coming to take over. That the old things, the old traditions will not stop us from doing a new thing in this industry. And lastly, God says that you will increase in favor. That you, and here's the thing, that you have to know that you've been accepted by God, that you are called by God, and because of that, you will benefit from God, that you are graced by God, that his divine influence will rest and sit on your heart, and it will lead you and guide you and comfort you. And it will come upon you during hard assignments. And this is a hard assignment. We're coming into an ancient industry. This industry is tracked back to biblical times. Zebulun was the tribe of Israel that was charged with the marketplace assignment. And this mantle is coming upon this group, that you're called with the Zebulun anointing to go in and to do trades and to be profitable. But it comes with an amount of grace, and it comes with an amount of favor. Hear this. It comes with favor with God, and get this, and with man. What does that mean? It means for you that you have to get used with functioning in two different dimensions at the same time. Yeah, you're going to function with God and you're going to function with man. And because of this, you are going to be used to be an advancer of God's kingdom. You are called to be about, hear this, your Father's business. And so this morning is just a reminder for some and an awakening for others that you are not just an ordinary person, that you are not called to just wake up and continue to do things as you normally would do them, that you each year, you're not called to do the same thing over and over again. But you will know this morning that God is not just a God of your past, but God is also a God of your future. And he has brung this future for such a time as this. It is time for you to wake up, to pick up your kingdom assignment in whatever arena that you find yourself in. And so this morning we're going to pray. We're going to pray a few things that you come into recognition of who you are and what you carry in the kingdom. That if you have not been validated by man, hear me, I'm speaking by the Spirit of God, that the Spirit of God has accepted you. The Spirit of God has confirmed who you are. And it's time for you to awaken to what God has placed inside of you. He has hidden this treasure in earthen vessels. And so we're going to pray that the recognition of who you are and what you carry comes alive in this season. And then we're going to pray for the wisdom and understanding of God to come upon your heart. This week, you're going to see and understand things that you've never been able to understand and that you've never seen before. And that even lastly, that even as you mature, you will see the favor of God come upon your life in all areas of your life. That you will understand that you are more than just a trader. You will understand that this is more than just a community, but you're a kingdom advancer. And God needs advancers to advance his kingdom. So, Father, we pray over everyone that's on this call, that in the name of Jesus, we lift you up, that the kingdom of our God, the kingdom of the earth has become the kingdom of our God, that you are the King of kings and that you are the Lord of lords. And so we submit our will to your will. We submit our ways to your ways, for your thoughts are higher than our thoughts and your ways are higher than our ways. We acknowledge you that even now we're in the wind of God. We're in the supernatural acceleration of God on this call, that everyone under the sound of my voice, that they will increase with favor, not only with you, but in multiple dimensions, that they will increase in favor because of you and also with man, that they will increase in favor even in this industry, that they will see great progress in this industry, that things that have taken individuals 20 years to accomplish, that the individuals on this call, the individuals in this community will be able to accomplish this in a shorter period of time, that they will accelerate even as Jesus accelerated at a young age, even as Jesus postured his heart to listen and to understand and to ask questions. So do we come to this community to sit before you, to sit and ask questions, to submit our heart to greater teachers. And Lord God, that we will outpace some, that we will learn and grow in wisdom and understanding. And so, Father, we proclaim now that the wisdom of God, the understanding of God come upon the hearts of our listeners, that the wisdom of God even imparts every arena of our life, and that you mature us in the faith, that we will see the favor of God come upon us, and that every arena of our life be changed. And as our life is changed, Lord, that we will pick up the assignment of God to walk into industry, to walk into marketplace and take it over and hold that space for your kingdom. Let your kingdom come today. Let your will be done in the name of Jesus. And we declare that it is so in Jesus' name. Amen and amen. What's going down, everybody? Good morning.
Good morning. Good morning. Good morning.
Good word this morning. Powerful word.
Yes, awesome. It was.
Amen. Amen.
We are not called to take sides. We are called to take over.
Take over.
The takeover. The takeover.
Yes.
Wow.
Yes. Awesome word. We definitely needed to hear that this morning. That kingdom advancement and kingdom acceleration is nothing like it. Nothing like it. He puts his super on our natural, and that is that's where we are. That's where we are for sure.
Yeah. Amen.
Awesome. Well, we want to welcome everyone, all of our online visitors and advancers that are on Advance Kingdom TV. We want to welcome you this morning. We appreciate you joining us. We're excited to launch today. This is our very first public episode of Advance Kingdom TV.
Yeah.
So welcome. We appreciate you guys coming. We got some special things for you today. You'll kind of get to know our flow. We started off with our morning devotion this morning. Awesome job by Mr. Tim Campbell. But we've got some special guests with us. We got a few of them with us. I'm going to start with one. I call him Willie, but his name is Billy.
Good morning, everybody.
He goes by the name the Viking Tradesman. If you're looking for a sniper entry on the charts, or if you need an axe made, this is your guy. Mr. William Palm, aka Billy, is in the building. Welcome this morning, Billy. How you feeling?
Good, everybody. I appreciate the intro, T. You're gonna give me a big head, though.
Yeah, welcome, man. Welcome. You guys
I'm gonna count on you to keep me humble.
Oh, for sure. You guys will see. He brings a lot to the table. He brings a lot of information, for sure. Next up, we have Miss Dr. Denise King, the Scalping Queen.
Hey.
Now, I just got to take a moment. I got to take a moment and let this kind of marinate for a second. Denise King, the Scalping Queen. She will get in a trade for 5 minutes and make $9,000. Like this is what Denise King does. It is awesome to see her growth where she is right now, and we definitely appreciate everything you contribute to the group.
Thank you so much. Good morning, everybody.
Good morning. Next up, we have Miss Mia. Now, Mia.
Hey. Good morning.
Mia came into Advanced Kingdom and just started doing things.
Oh, yeah.
I think she was the first person to pass a challenge.
Yeah.
She got her first payout. And so acceleration and kingdom acceleration is on her life. She can really analyze the charts like no other. And so we appreciate what you bring to the group. We have Mia FX in the building.
Hey, good morning.
Good morning. Next up, we have Miss Tisha. Miss Tisha, she likes to sit back at times, but God is pulling her to the forefront. You guys see her doing our daily devotions. You'll see her on that rotation. You'll see her chiming in as far as what she's seeing on the charts. I love where God has positioned you. She's no longer in Minnesota with us. She's gone to warmer pastures in Texas. She stayed connected, and I love what God is doing in your life. Let's welcome Tisha.
Tisha. We got a bunch of folks from Texas in the community.
Yeah, Texas is in the building.
We nationwide.
I love it.
Really?
I love it. Next up, we got the Bonnet Queen herself.
Bonnet. Miss Bonnet. Hey.
And she's got a bonnet. The Bonnet Queen herself. Now, if you bring her good food, she's probably going to throw ketchup on it. That's okay. We judge her. You can judge her as well. But we have Dr. Lakeisha in the building.
Dr. Lakeisha. Good morning. Hey, I'm going to bring up Nedra to the stage. I know she's getting her daughter ready, but I'm going to bring her up.
Oh, yeah. Awesome. Let's see if we got Nedra. Yeah. We've got Nedra to the stage as well. Now, Nedra is she is the day trading mom. That is what she goes
Can you guys
by.
hear me?
Yep, we can hear you.
We can. Good morning.
Hello. I'll definitely come on camera later. I'm still getting a little one ready for school, but I'm tuned in, and I'm really excited about this morning. You guys look amazing.
Hey. Looking forward.
We're excited. We're excited to have you on a little bit later. Like, she's literally the day trading mom, as you heard. She is getting her daughter ready for school, but she is also a scalping queen. Her expertise is US 30, also known as the Dow Jones. She's killing it right now. So welcome, Nedra.
Thank you. Thank you.
You're welcome. Next up, she is on my team. I just got to put that out there. So within our group, we have groups, and I lead one team. She is our resident psychologist, our head coach, our Mind Matters expert. We've got Dr. Ann in the building this morning.
Hey,
Good morning.
Good morning. Good morning.
Good morning.
Yeah.
Good morning, Dr. Ann. Excited about your segment a little bit later.
A forensic psychotherapist.
Yes.
Psychotherapy.
Wow.
Yeah.
Okay.
See, I got to get that right. We're going to introduce her. We got to do it right.
Yeah, that's right.
Yes.
That's right.
Yeah, that is awesome. Last but definitely not least, we got the Renaissance man himself, Mr. Do-It-All, Mr. Cool, laid back, hat to the back. Mr. Tim Campbell is in the building. He is the co-founder of Advanced Kingdom. We appreciate you. Welcome this morning.
What's up, everybody? Good morning. I'm excited. I was like first day of school vibes last night.
It's like, who got any sleep last night? If you got sleep last night, wave your hand, okay?
I called Tim at like 9 p.m. last night. Like, Tim, you ready? I felt like a kid that was the night before Christmas, just ready to go. Go.
But I think it's the anticipation of what God is going to do. When we talk about dimensions and moving from dimension to dimension, we've been doing this together for the last year and some change together. We've been trading for a while on our own, but together we've been meeting privately for the last year. And so this is like the first time where we're doing what we do every day publicly. And I felt last night that God's hand was upon this time. And it was like we're getting ready to step into another dimension. So I'm excited to see what God is going to do, how he can use trading to advance kingdom. It's just blows my mind.
Yeah, this is going to be awesome. Like I said, we appreciate everyone joining, and we're going to move right along. Next segment that we have is called Headliners.
Yeah, headliners. All right, perfect. So I'm going to share my screen here. Let me pull my screen over. And I'm doing a little shifting around with some things. But let me share my screen. And it's new technology, so bear with me as I share this. I got to pull the right stuff over. All right. So you should be seeing my screen here. This is Forex Factory. This is what we utilize to examine the markets, what's going on today. So last week, we're coming off a lot of earning reports from the first quarter. So technology was a big play last week. We saw how that affected the U.S. equities. And so we saw US 30, how that surged. Right now we're in the high zone. We hit the bottoms. Now we're in the highs. And so a lot of those earning reports from last week was at play. This week, we're kind of going to see the same thing where we have earnings that become at play. And so in that, what we're going to find is that trend continuation to be in the market, and we get more more news that will come out. This focus this week is really on employment. So employment's important. We know we're in a heavy inflation environment. We know that the Fed has halted the talks of cutting interest rates as inflation is continuing to increase. So any kind of economic data like CPI or GDP that increases consumer spend or shows that the economy is still expanding is going to be contrary to those inflation talks. And so to this week, we're going to get economic data on job claims to see how the job market is doing. And we're used to a lot of this. I'm going to switch to my weekly view on Forex Factory and just touch on a few of the highlights. So tomorrow, what we're going to get is employment cost index. That'll happen while we're on this call at 7:30 in the morning. On Wednesday, we're going to get manufacturing PMI. It's going to show how that index is going to show what's happening in the manufacturing industry. And then later, right after the New York Bell on Wednesday, we'll get that JOLTS job opening report. That's going to be a huge day, Wednesday. And then what we're used to, Then we follow up right before the close and we get the Fed rate hike decision. Now, more than likely, we're going to stay at 5.5% interest rate, but that's going to be important to move the dollar strength indicator. And as always, when that is released, it's not so much the interest rate, but it's the thought process that goes in the interest rate. So that'll happen at 1 p.m. Central Time. And then right after that, FOMC statement will come out in the press conference. And that's when Chairman Jerome Powell will get up. He will talk. When he speaks, it moves the market. He'll explain why they made the decision that they made. Expect the market to be very volatile on Wednesday. And then Thursday, we get unemployment claims. We're talking red folder news back to back to back. And then Friday is NFP Friday. So that's the sugar spike. Market will go crazy for a little bit on Friday. But heavy news week going into this week. Today, when we look at today, there's not much USD news. And so it's going to be the calm before the storm. What we're going to see, and I'm going to switch my screen. Let me switch it on here as well. Here, let me see. Yeah. So when we look at the chart, what we're going to find, and I'm going to the dollar strength indicator. When we look at the chart, we've been in this consolidation area. We had range low to range high, and we had sections in between there. And so before, this was range low, and then we broke through that, and then we climbed right back on top within the range. So the expectation is that we're going to continue in this range today. Going into tomorrow, we probably won't see a break of this range until next week, Wednesday, or excuse me, on Wednesday this week, when the Fed rate decision is made and when the job JOLTS report comes out. So we probably will see it range within here, which means that we can't do long-term decisions on indices and metals if DXY is ranging. But we can utilize our scalp strategies and our intraday strategies for some shorter term movements. So that's what we got going today in the as far as news is concerned.
Awesome. We definitely have a heavy news week. We want to keep that in mind, trade responsibly. And those are the fundamentals. But fundamentals on some of these days, it's going to line up with our technicals, and we'll have some really good days. Really good days. Next up, man, we want to bring to the stage Dr. Ann. We just talked about her. We just hyped her up. I want you guys to really see the gift that she is. And she's really a gift. She's a gift to the body. She's a gift to all. We're going to turn it over to Dr. Ann for her Mind Matters segment. Let's go, Dr. Ann.
Good morning, YouTube world and ATK family. ATK family, y'all can stay on stage with me. I need y'all. Tim, thank you.
We got you.
Yeah, I can talk to you. Thank you for this opportunity. I am so excited. I'm like they were this morning. I think I jumped up out of my sleep going, what time is it? My own time? Am I late? But just being excited about this opportunity and more excited about what God is going to do, because I sense a shift and a change coming, and it's coming quickly. And if you're not ready, you're going to get left behind. So I want to be ready to move in everything. So I had one topic for today, but then after having a conversation with one of my ATK family members, we talked about doing a different topic. So we're going to talk about balance.
Yeah.
And in this opportunity that we are having to trade, we have to learn how to navigate it appropriately. And so I was saying to her, we try to find balance in things, and we don't really realize balance really keeps us in anxiety. Because when you think about balance, you think about everything being equal. Well, the reality of us making everything equal in our lives, it's not going to happen. So instead of my challenge to you this week, instead of thinking about balance, I want you to think about harmony. How do I make everything move in harmony in my life? So once again, when you think about balance, you can imagine two scales, and 2 pounds has to be on one side and 2 pounds has to be on the other side for the scale to be balanced. And so in the reality in our life, you're not going to give 2 hours to trading, 2 hours to your children, 2 hours to your job. It's not going to be balanced. So we have to figure out how to find harmony. And guess what? That harmony will change from day to day. Today, you may be able to be on the charts for 2 hours. Tomorrow, you may not be on the charts for 30 minutes. The next day, you may give 4 hours to the chart. So how do I find harmony and understanding that it's okay to shift and move around the amount of time you give to each thing in your life? And I said one of the things you want to think about when you think about harmony, think about music. You have sopranos, you have altos, and you have tenors. Their voices are different levels, different pitches, different tones. But when they get their part, when they know the part that they bring to the table, they sing together and they make what? They make harmony. And it sounds good. When I look up the definitions of harmony, 2 definitions I like one was a pleasing arrangement of parts. So the parts of your life, how do I arrange them so that they are pleasing? And guess what? What's pleasing to my performance may not be pleasing to your performance. So I can't say, wow, Tim is on the charts from 6 to 10. I need to be on the charts from 6 to 10. I can't find harmony in his flow. I have to find my own harmony. Another definition I like is an interweaving of different accounts into a single narrative. So the single narrative is your life, your day. And so how do I interweave all of these accounts to make them a single narrative so that it flows for me? Like we have Nedra, the mom. She knew she couldn't be on the charts this morning, on the video this morning, because she's getting her daughter dressed for school. But that's okay. That's how the harmony flows in her life. When that's completed, she moves back online, comes back in, and she keeps flowing. So my challenge for you today, this week, is to sit down with everything you have to do this week. Write it out. That's one way you find harmony. If you think about music, notes are written out. The arranger sits down and says, you know, what notes he wants high, when does a high note come in, when does a low note come in, how many beats you have per note. All of those things are documented before you start to sing. So you need to document, what are the things I think I'm going to do today? What are the things I think I'm going to do this week? And how do I shift these things around so that they flow in harmony? How do I shift these things around so that I know how much time to give to trading, how much time to give to my children? And guess what? How much time do I need to give to myself? You cannot be effective in any area, in any arena of life, if you are not self-caring, if you are not putting yourself in that flow of harmony. Okay, first God, then yourself, and then everything else flows in that. And so that's every week I'm going to give you a challenge. This week, the challenge is to find harmony. And if you can do it on a weekly basis, that's good if you can do it for the week. But if you can't do it for the week, your harmony is doing it for the day. Somebody else's harmony may do it every 2 hours of the day. Whatever your life brings, I want to challenge you to find harmony in the flow, so that as you delve into trading and as you get into this new venture, you don't become overwhelmed. You choose to just leave it, not participate in, and miss your blessing. So I want you to find that harmony in my life. And that's what you say to yourself. How do I find harmony in my life today? ATK family, do you guys have any questions or comments?
Oh, that's good. That's good.
Really,
yeah,
really cool.
I find Dr. Ann that I trade better when things are in harmony.
Mm-hmm.
You know, if I got something else I'm thinking about or something else that is a priority, I'm not trading good. And that's when I just had to step away from the charts and go handle that, because you're not going to trade well.
Right.
Yeah.
And I love the way that you put that, harmony versus balance, because the balance is a misnomer.
Yeah.
You know, it's never going to be equal, but we can find harmony even when we can't find that balance. So thank you for that. That's powerful.
Absolutely. That freed me when I really got the revelation of that from another guest on one of my shows. She said, balance is, we don't find balance, we find harmony. And I absolutely love that. So
thank you, Dr.
If you think about it, balance keeps us rigid.
Yes.
It does.
It has to be this. It has to be that. Harmony keeps you a little more relaxed and understand that there is a flow to the movement of everything that's happening. So
that work-life balance, I think that whole term causes you to have more stress because you're literally trying to figure out how is everything going to be equal. Right. But when you can accept the fact that it's not, but you can find harmony, that's a whole different perspective.
Yes.
Yeah. That's powerful.
Whole different.
Yeah, I think the balance side of things is unrealistic, definitely, because we all know life. Life will throw curveballs at us, but I think that's excellent. Finding the harmony in it, being able to go with the ebbs and flows, and still make things work. And some of us do it already, and we just don't realize it. We find ourselves just going with it and making life work. So
you're right. But then what we look back and say, when we're flowing in harmony, and it's a good thing, but we look back and say, I haven't accomplished anything, or I haven't done anything, because everything wasn't equal. So we take away the credit for what is going well, because it's flowing. It's not falling apart. Everything is still working. Everybody has what they need. So you're doing good. It's not balance, it's harmony, and that's what you want.
Yeah. That's awesome. Awesome. All right. Are y'all ready this morning? Are y'all really ready this morning? I'm ready. I don't know if y'all are ready, but we are moving into our red zone segment. And we're going to rock it out just for a moment. Our red zone segment, we're going to do chart analysis. We may take some live trades, but we're going to go through the charts and we're going to find great setups, look for opportunities for today. Take a moment, read through the disclaimer that we have. Trading involves substantial risk of loss and is not suitable for all individuals. Any live streaming of trading activities is for educational and entertainment purposes only. The content provided is not intended as financial advice and should not be construed as such. Viewers are encouraged to conduct their own research and consult with a qualified financial advisor before making any investment decisions. The hosts of this live stream do not guarantee the accuracy, completeness, or reliability of any information presented and shall not be held liable for any losses incurred as a result of trading decisions made based on the content of the stream. Past performance is not indicative of future results. Viewers participate in trading activities at their own risk. Pretty much we're trying to tell y'all, we do a really good job of charting and our analysis, but nothing's 100%. So do your own research. Let's get it. Let's go.
Do your research. Yeah. During this segment, we're going to make, the analysts on the stage. We have daily goals that we're looking to hit, and we'll pull up other analysts from time to time. But we have daily goals that we're looking to hit. Mine's out of my accounts, I like to hit $500 in the morning. out of each account. Other individuals as much as $1,500 out of each account. We want to do that. Usually it happens before 8, but it may roll over past that. But we're looking for key opportunities to find these opportunities to make a little bit of money, pull a little bit of money out of the market. And so that's what this segment is. That's what we're doing each morning is going into the market with our analysis and taking these trades together. So you're going to see that live here in person in our real accounts. But yeah, make sure that you're just not blindly taking trades with us, that you're doing your own analysis and performing your own analysis while you're doing that.
Absolutely.
I think that's key too, because you know, everybody's trading style is a little bit different. You know, we use the same strategy, but the way that you use that could be a little bit different. So like, you know, the way Tim sees the charts or Denise sees the charts versus the way I see the chart, we're going to see slightly different things. And so, yeah, like what Tim was saying, it is very important to look at things your own way and do your own trading style within the strategy as well.
Yeah, absolutely. Hey, shout out to the advancers in the chat. We see you. We usually see them on Zoom, but they're in the chat. Jacob, Michael Looney, Tamisha's on the line. Kamika's holding down the fort. Tisha and Dr. Lakeisha's in the chat. So all the advancers that showed up this morning, good to see you all in the chat.
Yeah, I see Sherry's over there as well.
Oh, yeah. Sherry's in the chat. Yeah,
Sherry's in the chat.
Dr. Tora's in the chat.
Yeah.
Yeah.
We have also have CJ in the chat this morning.
Hey,
Yeah.
Welcome, CJ.
Yeah, I saw that. CJ was very active this morning. We definitely appreciate it. Well, let's turn to the charts. I'm gonna pick on you, Mr. Billy Viking Tradesman. What are you seeing in the charts this morning? Anything in particular that you're looking at?
Yeah, actually, I'm looking at platinum here.
You know how to share the screen, Billy?
Yeah.
Okay, go ahead.
Which one am I on here?
Oh, Brian. Good morning, Brian.
Brian, what's good?
Isaiah, good morning.
Can y'all see my screen?
Not yet.
Yeah, Isaiah is our musical director. So a lot of the music that you hear us play has been customized by Isaiah. He curates a lot of our musical content and our creative.
It says that I'm sharing, but it's not showing up on your end.
You may need to bring it. Here, I'll do for right now. I'll share my screen and you can walk through it there. I got the platinum screen up.
Yeah, so what I was looking at, so I actually have a trend line pretty close to where yours is as well, that price is starting to, so if you extend that, that one right there. So I was looking at to see how it was going to react here, because we did break through the 1 hour 800 right there. And what I'm looking at is we've got a little bit of structure there as well. So we have past support, turn resistance at this level. And so I'm seeing how price is reacting here. And then also we broke through, so where you've got that rectangle box down below price area. So we broke through that and hitting this next zone with these trend lines. So I'm looking at, are we going to reject here to come back down to that previous support zone that we had identified to continue that bull run? Or are we going to break through this area, come back down for a retest here, and then continue higher? But platinum is looking bullish to me, so I'm just kind of seeing how it reacts here. Are we going to get the retracement here back down to our previous zone for a buy, or are we going to break through this area, come back for a retest, and then go in for the buy there?
Yeah.
And then
you do have that 30-minute 800 that is approaching too. But this level of support, turn resistance, that's what we're testing. So we may get the reaction right here, but if it breaks through, we possibly could be coming up to that 30-minute 800.
Yep. And that would if we ended up coming up there, that'd probably be a good spot for it to come back for the retracement as a retest of this zone to then continue higher. So I'm just kind of watching how price is reacting in this area.
So are you looking for your and I want you to keep working on your share screen too, how to do that, because I want to see it. But are you looking for shorts this morning off of that zone?
Potentially,
like,
yeah.
To retest probably this high.
Yeah, that's kind of what I'm looking at there, to then come back. And a lot of what I do is kind of price action based too. I get a lot of ideas as price is moving. So I just kind of like to see how things react at certain areas. And then I'm kind of waiting for a good signal on the TDI. Like, we do have a sharp fin on the 30-minute, but it's not a good one because those bands have opened up. We do have a bit of divergence on the 1 hour chart. Let's see what our 15. We don't have a 15-minute shark fin, so it still looks pretty bullish to me right now. So I would like to see at this point how it's going to start reacting off that 30-minute 800 that you identified. Yeah, if we have the confluence there for a sell with our shark fins, that'd probably be a good area for that retracement.
I'm gonna put an alert here for now, just to see if this level is broke. And so this is I'm not sure if this is a micro. I'm gonna open up my trade box. I'm not sure if this is a micro chart.
I think it's a mini chart, because when I've tried Platinum Micro, it just says there's no data there. And so this is a mini chart. So yeah, the contract sizes are going to be kind of small. I usually do like 1 or 2 contracts on Platinum, and that usually gives you pretty good profits there. Yeah,
this is it's only like a $200 a contract, so not too bad. We can put multiple contracts on and without putting too much risk, and we are getting that kind of reaction off that level, the initial reaction, and you have the divergence on the 5-minute.
Yeah, and I feel like the bottom there before this run up was probably the bottom of the bear run, and that we're starting to, because we started breaking structure, and so I feel like we are starting to get into a bull run here, and so that's kind of why I'm looking at potential retracements, and then going long as the retracements I feel are going to be shorter, but if we could get into the longs, I feel like those are going to be a little bit longer runs on Platinum at this point because of the break of structure. I think we're going into a bull run.
I'm gonna put the alert on that last high. So on the retracement, not necessarily looking at the retracement, but on that exactly what you're talking about is that if it pulls back to retest, that would be a better play to the upside. All right, cool.
And then the other one I was looking at too was the US 30. We are butting up against a trend line with a support, turn, and resistance.
Oh, I got your chart up.
There we go. All right. Hey, let me see if I could. Here, let me go to my US 30 chart here as well. Show you what I'm looking at here. One hour that I was looking at with that, I think it's a little bit more clear. Yeah, this is what I'm looking at as well on US 30. So we have this trend line coming down. And And this was a nice crisscross of trend lines right there to push it back down. And now we're retesting that trend, along with, we've got this support area. So we've supported here, support, turn resistance, kind of tested this area and then broke through. And now we're back at that. So I'm kind of watching this with the TDI on the 1 hour. The bands are squeezing in the upper half. And so really what I'm looking for is, are we going to get the rejection in this area to come down, retest this higher time frame trend line, or are we going to break through it, retest, and continue higher? Based on what I'm seeing here, though, like we had this shark fin that didn't really go anywhere, and then we've come down further on our TDI than price action. So I feel like we've got some bullish potential here to break through this area, come back for a retest, and go long as well. So my bias is kind of going long on US 30. I'm just waiting. He's kind of seeing what it does in this area, if that makes sense.
Yeah, it makes sense. You know, I'm interested. You know, I got a 30-second chart up, so
one thing I need to do.
I got a 30-second chart up, so you know.
You're entering into my zone, right?
Oh man, yeah. No, I do have daily VWAP. I mean, we're rejecting right now off of daily VWAP, and that's what I'm showing on my chart. Is that black line is representing daily VWAP that we're rejecting on. I'm on the 3-minute right now, but that's what I see us coming down from. We had this shark fin that broke through here and is giving us that divergent as it steps down, and so it looks like it's falling. I don't think it's a major move, but for the most part, it'll at least give us this this longer term projection of coming down and range in between there for right now.
Yep, I have a trend line right there where you just marked.
Yeah.
Yep, and there's this is the interesting thing with this one, because on the last week we had some really good, they were almost like textbook journey down, and then we broke that to retest, change of structure and retest some of those points at the end of the week. But I'm looking now and I still think that we're going to be bullish. But with news, it's just like the volatility there. You just always are going to have to be, aware of that and watch. Be careful. I'll say that.
Yeah.
Especially if you're in a longer term trade where you're looking at a position like stretched over a couple hours. I'm going to really have to be careful with that. But I think overall, we kind of have a little bullish move going on there. I think this is a pullback. When I look at it on the higher time frames, it just looks like a slight pullback to take that higher.
Yeah, and we are sitting on a psychological number too. It's 38,500. So it's at that like perfect half level.
Yeah, it's interesting. I mean, we have as far as structure, we had this long run down, and then so really the last lower high is right here.
Yeah,
and last week we broke through that piece of it, and that's what gives us the indication that the bulls are in the market. And so coming down and creating that lower high or that higher low right there, this is really a critical area. If it rejects right here, then we could be seeing a bearish market. But if it breaks through here and creates the new high, then we're going to the upside. But I think we're going to be in. I mean, if we just find the ranges right now, I think we're going to be in the range, and there's a few of them. You know, you have this structure here within this past range that we rejected off of as the low of the range, and we're in the middle, so we haven't created the high of the day or low of the day. So yeah, we need to see price action, but then you also have a range here. So trading in between there today makes sense, especially since there's no news.
One of the things too, Tim, if you pull a fib from the low to the high on that previous bull run, basically where you got your trend line at the bottom, up to the top, we hit the 61 at 8. Yeah, pretty much perfectly there from that retracement on that trend line.
Yeah, usually when that happens, that 23.6 is when it comes back to retest.
Yep, and that's exactly where we are. I just had pulled that this morning. So, you know, again, I think we'll see it. I think we'll see it go higher. But like you said, Tim, it has to pass that that structure.
Yeah, and I like the idea of because today we're going to get. I mean, we don't have any dramatic news today. And so everything is waiting for Wednesday's news to move sporadic. Now we will get some earnings report, and I'm not sure if anyone's checking on that, but we will get some earnings reports that could potentially move it. So, but for a strategy for today, I mean, I think that's a good idea to look at the lower time frame type move just for the shorter moves, knowing that we're expecting it to go long, but in the interim, what is it going to do? Yeah, and so just catching those this morning. I don't see a huge setup, but I would do something like this where I would take the. I really like that strategy of, you know, going over and doing that 25 ticks. And as a one-to-one off of these, just for shorter time frame moves, until the larger move sets up, until we get down to maybe like a when we get down to like it drops like a 38.2, hits the trend line, we can go for a larger target. Or if it breaks this zone, retest it, then we can go for a larger target, because this is really our target up here with that.
Yep, I would agree. I would agree with that. Just marking and looking at the you know, fair value gaps, and where we've had a lot of consolidation on the 5-minute, you can see it pretty clearly, like consolidation between zones this morning.
Yeah, Nedra's in the comments. She posted that we haven't quite filled this gap either in the opening from Friday to Sunday. So we do have this down here as well as a possible target. This could be an entry here off of the daily VWAP down to potentially down to retest and fill that gap and possibly further. And especially if we push up and we start seeing TDI get high. Let me just calculate this idea real quick. So one contract on this is $12.50 per contract. And say we risked $200 on this trade. It would be like 20 contracts on $250 on this trade. Be like 20 contracts on, and so this one does look interesting. There's the 3-minute, 1 minute. Where it's at right now, I think it's a little aggressive. At current market price.
Yeah,
but it does look interesting.
I've only seen a little bit, where like maybe one or two places I would have gotten in pre-market, but I don't see a lot right now because of
There it goes.
yeah, it's climbing a little bit. Well, kind of reacting off that trend line is what I have on the lower time frames, but I don't see the moves that I would normally look to take quite yet.
Yeah. No, this is I think the move, the entry was right here, and that is coming down. But that's what we're looking for.
Right.
Now you do have an inverted head and shoulders, which says that this is a bottom down here. So you have left shoulder, right shoulder that is coming down to retest. But I think this move that's happening right now was the play off of that divergent move down.
Yeah.
That's going to hit this initial take profit and then go down there. So right analysis, I think, is just a little late in the entry to get in.
I would agree with that.
Yeah, I do want to point out, I want to look at gold and silver right here. That's what I had marked up for today was, so on gold, what I'm looking at is, let me go to a higher time frame. All right, so we had this level of support that was here before, and we know that we're dealing with all-time high territory with gold, especially with the war in Israel, between Israel and Iran, and what's going on there. So this is gold right now. We're dealing with all-time highs. We're in a run up, and so we hit that ceiling, and now we're coming back down. But what put in that high was this support level over here. And then we broke through it and we retested it as resistance. Now we're coming back to retest it as resistance again. And I like that level as far as coming back to retest that and then entering into buys off of that level. Daily VWAP is sitting right there, looking to catch price. I think traditionally what we do is we push past it, but we don't close past it. Or we don't stay past it on the higher time frames. And so we're coming down to that level of support now. I think it's a potential scalp opportunity, which could possibly turn into an intraday trade today. So we're coming down. You see the divergence that's there on the 30-minute. Right here is the low and then the high. Here it's reversed to that. Those kind of things signal that we're going to reverse there. You see the shark fin there on the 5-minute, and then you see the divergence there on the 1 minute. So I'm looking to get long. I would love for it to get long off of the daily VWAP, but looking to get long here, probably up to the 3-minute 50. Let me look at the 1 minute. Yeah, 1 minute looks like it's gonna knock it back down, so we may get a better entry in as we get closer to the daily, or to this. My VWAP is anchored to the session right now, and so I'm looking at this, not necessarily being anxious for a trade. This is not an ideal setup, but this has the potential to go longer. So that's why I like it.
Hey, Tim, sorry to interrupt you, but if you take a look at oil, I've never seen it move like this fast on the 15-minute.
My oil chart's messy. Been tracking oil. Yeah.
You got to find that harmony with oil there, Tim.
It's really no, I mean, I don't know what news would have pushed it down like that, but that's really something else there.
Yeah, that drop down.
Yeah. And we're not even at open or.
Yeah, oil's gonna move on its own timetable. But where we're at though is I just love the structure of oil right now. If 'cause we've been calling oil for a while, and it's been
Yeah.
doing its thing. But and the structure looks really nice. And so last week, crude oil inventories, they decreased the barrels, of like 16 million barrels of oil got cut. And then there was talks about the uh, uh, from a strategic standpoint, oil from Russia being cut off. There's in their supply chain, and so that's increasing demand. So the expectation is for us to find liquidity and head to the top. And so structural wise, we marked out this zone of consolidation last week to get the buys to the high. That's exactly what it did. But if you drag that over, that's what it's doing now. Is it's retouching that liquidity zone. It's also old support that we broke through, that it's coming back to touch again. And I still have oil buys being biased to the upside on oil. It's just a matter of where it exhausts down to. Let me look at let me just check the day real quick. Yeah. So day shows, that shark fin should produce a high. That's what day is showing. So it's in support of the buys. But let me, like this looks like it's setting up for the buy right now. As it comes down, we're talking about those failed auctions to the upside that investors want the price cheaper. The cheaper it gets, the more buyers are going to come into the market to push this up.
Okay. Yeah.
So possibly we could see the buys right around, I like the psychological level of 83 of where it put in the last high, that we're coming in to retest. And this is kind of textbook to what we were talking about last week. Let me just clear this chart here, where we talked about how we find liquidity. So this is the low right here. And all of that, what we talked about before was how we found it. But this, if we're expecting the high, it produced the low, and this green candle right here is what produced the low. So that becomes new liquidity zone right here. And so the trade setup should be right off of that break of double bottom. We broke it here, and now we're retesting that zone here, and we could probably stretch this left as well. But that would be the entry and pull right below these last two lows and take that to the upside. Probably put I'm on a 15-minute, so I'll probably put a fib right there and look at a trade like this as a possibility. And I do like the divergence that's currently here on the TDI, and all in the 3-minute shark fin. So this may turn into something. I'm actually going to mark this as a yellow for today. Bring this up to the top as a pending, and just watch exhaustion occur. And we'll follow price action as it goes down. This is that 78.6 level. We have broken daily VWAP, so we're going to get resistance on the way back up on this. And but it's sliding right now. I'm just going to turn on a few volume profiles just to see where we're at. Yeah, we have on that 30-minute, we have that volume profile where that double bottom was. That's where the buyers were sitting last time. And then, yeah, that's where we're taking it. That's where the volume is up there. So I do like this level a little bit lower. That's where we've seen volume come in, which makes sense. It's a retest of these last wick areas. Looking left, that area does make sense. That's potentially where we're coming to retest, is down here. So we can extend that. And then I'm just going to put on this, I'm just going to see what kind of contract size we need to have. Yeah, so price is going to be cheap. So probably like 5 contracts is all I would do there, with potentially having a runner, maybe more at that stage. But I'm probably going to go in on this gold or on this oil one. That's a good catch. This next candle opens up in a couple seconds. This next candle should be bearish as well, because I don't see any exhaustion.
Looks like 2 around that level. We've got the 15-minute 800, the 1 hour 800, and the 1 hour 200 are all sitting like right there as well. They could help use it as support.
Yeah, what time frame did you say?
The 15-minute 800 and the 1
yeah.
hour 800 and 200 are all in the same spot.
Oh yeah. Yeah, it's very bearish right now though. We'll see what it looks like when it gets there. See if it slows down once it gets to the entry. Yeah, this is where that volume hit last time that produced the buy, but I don't see the exhaustion. And we're right in this consolidated period. So yeah, we're breaking right through that. Turn this volume profile off. Yeah, the bears have it right now, so I'm gonna leave it alone. But we'll keep an eye on it. It's coming down to my alert. But I'm looking at gold. Gold is currently in. I do want this buy. So I'm actually going to go light risk on this. I'm going to risk 5 contracts on this buy off of daily VWAP. And we're just going to pull below the daily VWAP. We have some really low levels here. And let's see. Let's see where we're at. Yeah, it makes sense. That 200 sitting down here as well. That if we extend this liquidity zone over, that we're possibly going to see that as well. But I am going to get into buys on gold this morning. We're just following price action. Daily VWAP seems to be holding up. I have 2.5 minutes left on the 5-minute candle. 3 minutes divergent. So I just want to let this candle close and see how the next one opens. It's possibly getting long right here. And I do want to extend down past this low right here, which makes it less attractive if you're looking for a 2-to-1. I'm going to put 5 contracts in. I'm risking 145 on this. I'm going to put 5 contracts in. Currently in at 5 contracts. So you can see where I'm at right now on gold. And then I'm risking $145. This account that I'm trading it's a $100,000 prop firm account with ATF. And so risking as far as risk is concerned, the percentage is like 0.14%. So very low risk on this trade. But I'm just putting out the feelers, see if this is the level, that daily VWAP. So we'll let this one play out a little bit, knowing that we have volume a little bit lower.
Yeah, I have a trend line a little bit lower. And then it looks like that TDI still wants to, like on the 15-minute, like it still wants to go down and make that shark fin.
Yeah.
So I'm thinking that it's there on the 15-minute, but it's not. I mean, on the 5-minute and lower, it's already crossed that, but it just doesn't look like it's ready to turn back up. And the 15-minute still looks like it's going short.
Yeah, we definitely could wick down something like this where you get that long surge down.
Yep.
You definitely
Yep.
can get these type of wicks coming down to this liquidity zone. And that makes sense that we would dip down into this liquidity zone, but we'll let this play out. If this runs as it comes down, if this breaks that zone, then yeah, we'll look for it a lot lower.
Yeah.
And let me see. Yeah, there's not much below that zone. I'm just flipping through, just looking at. Yeah, we got 2 hour 50 that it's coming down to.
Yeah, the 2 hour 50, and then there was probably the same as the 30-minute 200 is there as well.
Yeah. All right, so definitely a bad position off of daily VWAP. We're definitely pushing through, but I'm gonna hold this one. I like where we're at, and so we'll let this exhaust. We'll let this play out because we potentially could be just drawing liquidity right now.
Okay.
All right, silver was the other one that I was looking at. We were talking about this liquidity zone here, that if we come anywhere near it and come down to, I think this is more of an alert. I'm gonna move my alert up here. I don't think silver's ready yet, but just want to have the alert there just in case. I'm gonna take the flag off of that. Let's talk Bitcoin for a second, though. That on the higher time frame. So we've been in this range high, range low scenario with Bitcoin. This is liquidity that has put in the range high. We're coming down to that range low area shortly. So this trade idea is still in effect, that we potentially could be coming back to this trade idea. I think gold went past that liquidity zone. Let me just check on that real quick because it just got the alert that I'm out of it. It actually didn't. So why am I out of this? What happened? Let me look at my TradeAvate account. Yeah, it took me out of the trade for some reason. I'll check on that. I'll check on that. But back to Bitcoin. That was weird. Yeah, so this I think we can have the same box. Same box up. That we could possibly come down. I'm gonna put an alert right here as a possibility. Because we're just trading the range, swing high to swing, or range high to range low to range high. As a possibility, I want to bring that one up to the top, but leave it as a red for right now. And then actually I got wheat, wheat out of all things, wheat futures, as it's been on this bullish run. We've been high, and now TDI is starting to show some signs of exhaustion. Bands have pulled up above the 50, so we're starting to get that range above the 50. The hour is starting to show signs of divergence, so we possibly could start seeing lower time frame shark fins on the 15 minutes, which is kind of already playing out. I saw that earlier, so it's kind of already playing out. Is this last touch here? That's kind of already playing out. I'm gonna put an alert just in case it comes back down to test that area. And leave that on as a red. All right, I'm gonna let somebody else go. And I know you're looking at keeping an eye on 30 and NAS and all that, but I'm gonna try to figure out why my trade closed.
Yeah, Denise, were you still taking a look at US 30?
Yeah.
Had a little shark fin play out.
Yep, I did see a couple plays this morning, so I can share my screen if I can. Let me see. I'll give it a shot here.
See, Nedra, you're back.
Yeah, and I was actually, once she gets
Yes,
back.
I'm here.
Okay. I'm
Morning.
gonna ask Nedra to share to take my spot because I'm gonna have to jump shortly. So
Okay.
if you would do that, that would be great.
Not a problem.
Okay,
Right.
awesome.
And Denise, before you jump ship,
Yes.
I gotta ask you, what's your trading plan today? What you planning on doing? I already know what you're looking at today.
Yep, only US 30 today.
Okay.
And I think right now I'm looking at it. If we get it looks like we're going to get a touch of that trend line that we talked about earlier.
Mhm.
And so I'm still looking for it to be somewhat bullish today. Because we did come back to retest that 23.6 on the fib. So that's my look this morning. I did see a couple trades on the lower time frames. I was not able to get in it, but this last from 6:31 to now would have been like super great to be in those. So to be in those bearish sells. So but I do think we're going to hit a spot where we're going to turn around. Again, it's got that trend line and it's moving towards like a 15-minute shark fin.
Yep.
So that's what I'm looking at.
Sounds good. And what's your goal for today?
1250.
1250.
1250.
Yeah, high roller.
High rollers.
That's an easy shot for Dr. Denise. That's an easy shot.
That's what I'm going for today. 1250 and get off the charts.
One and done.
You're one and done.
One and done.
What do I say, Dr. Denise? One trade a day keeps the job away.
That's exactly right. That's what we're working for.
Right.
So blessings to everybody. Thank you so much for you guys who have joined in this morning. I'm going to trade my seat out with Nedra, the scalping queen, the US 30 expert in the house.
The daughters of thunder, the twin daughters of thunder.
Hey, that's right. That's right. You all have a blessed morning.
Have a good one, Dr. Denise.
Have a good one, Dr. Denise.
Hey, Nedra, y'all don't know, but that's what I've been calling y'all. Daughters of Thunder. When me and Tim talk, I'm like, man, that's the Daughters of Thunder right there.
I'll take that.
I like that.
Yeah.
But Dr. Denise is the one who got me on the 30-second chart. So
You see your 30 seconds up here. I just added 30 seconds. I was like, what am I doing on this 30-second chart?
She opened my eyes. So yeah, I noticed that US 30 is trying to come down to fill that gap that we talked about, Tim, earlier.
Yeah. You want to share your screen?
Yeah, I'll share. Let me make sure that I know how to.
Ooh, that was a nice buy off of that 5 minute.
It was. I put a trade idea for that buy on there, and I actually took it on the on my paper trading. I think I'm up maybe around 550 now, but further left there was like a buy value gap, and that's literally where I took it off of. Yeah, right in that area. So yeah, definitely was a good setup. Should have took it on my challenge account.
Yeah, no, that was a good one.
Yeah, I'm up 650 on it right now.
Oh wow.
What are you?
Yeah,
guys? Can you see anything from my screen?
It was up, but share it again.
Okay.
Yeah, and I'll bring it back up. Chat is in the building.
Okay, I think you can see it now.
Okay, yeah.
You can see it now?
Yeah.
Okay. So I'm just gonna go to the daily real quick. I marked off like a few fair value gaps on here. And just looking at the structure. But on the 4 hour, I feel like is where we can see structure the best, where it was in this downtrend, making lower lows and lower highs. It broke this downtrend. And I think we talked about this last week, how we all felt it was going to come back down, and it did. So now we actually reacted off of this daily buy fair value gap. And I think Billy mentioned this morning that was also a 61.8 on the fib. So there's a lot of things lining up here. I think overall, I'm also looking for buys today. I'm looking for it to be bullish because of the 15-minute uptrend that it's creating here with the higher highs and higher lows. But I was definitely looking at this gap this morning.
Yeah, that was
or from open, I should say, not this morning, but from open. When was this gap from? Yeah, when it opened last night. So I was looking for price to come back down first to fill the gap, and then I would start looking for buy entries from here. There's also this trend line that is bouncing off of. So I'll be looking on lower time frames today to see if I can find buy opportunities off of shark fins on the 1 minute and the 30 second. And my goal today is also one trade and done, even though I said that last Friday and then I ended up
So you passed another challenge last Friday, didn't you?
What day did I pass the challenge? I can't remember. No, I think it was Thursday.
No, it was Thursday because we were on the call, and then after you got off the call. Yeah.
Yes. Yeah. So I passed another challenge on Thursday. I'm in one more challenge, and Friday I was able to profit really nicely on that. So I think I have like maybe two more trades, and I'll be funded with my fourth account. So I'm trying to accomplish that this week, and then I'm going to be done with challenges for a little bit.
Nice.
Then I'm going to focus on trying to grow those accounts. Yeah.
Grow those accounts. Yeah. So how much are you funded right now?
Right now I'm funded with 450. So I have 3 150 accounts, and I'm working on the fourth one. So when I'm done, I'll be funded with 600. I'm gonna stop there though for a little bit.
So 600,000 in proper and funded.
Yeah, I feel like I've been using the challenges as like demo trading to get used to the futures flow.
Oh wow, wow!
It feels good. So
yeah,
that is awesome.
Yeah,
for you, how significant is that? Is it? I mean, has it hit that life-changing stage yet, or are you still kind of?
No, I still have imposter syndrome. I have imposter syndrome. Yeah, it hasn't hit that stage for me yet. I'm still like very humble and thankful to God that I've even gotten this far, because trading, it has not been easy. It's you have to put the work in. You have to put that chart time in, study, and like Dr. Ann talked about this morning, harmony. I love that she talked about balance versus harmony, especially with me being a mom and always busy and, you know, trying to quote unquote balance everything. But she really brought some new light to that is really not balance, it's harmony, because not every day we can put the same amount of time toward everything. But yeah, I don't think I'm at that life-changing moment yet. I feel very humbled, and I'm thankful to God that I've made it this far. So
yeah, it hasn't clicked for you. You know, it's you know, passing challenges is, you know, percent wise, it's not a lot of people that come in and pass as many challenges as often as you pass them. So you're doing an excellent job.
Thank you, Tim. Well, I mean, you know, ATK has been amazing, and having this group, you know, the support and just the prayer and devotions in the morning, just everything about the group has been amazing. So it has definitely helped me with my success, for sure.
Yeah,
for sure.
Let me share something real quick. I just want to show everybody, because I got taken out of that order. I'm not sure why I got taken out of the order, but it took me out of that gold trade. So I just re-entered at the spot that I got taken out at, because I'm looking for this level to hold, and I'm risking about $200 on this trade. That last trade that went and it took me out in drawdown, that was like $150. So right now I'm down $150 on the day. And so this one, if this one doesn't work out, I'll be down $350 on the day. I will stop trading at that point. That's usually I try to be around between that 250 and 350 range as far as drawdown or loss for the day. So I'll be done trading, and I'll probably shift to another account or a paper trading account. But really expecting this level to hold. Not the best setup, but I'm expecting this level to hold and for gold to rise. And then I also want to point out, yeah, there it goes. I need this one to run. Actually, what I'm looking at is this 5-minute shark fin, looking for that to play out. So you can see that dollar amount begin to increase as this rises, just fighting some MAs right now. And it's coming off of, it's coming up to daily VWAP. So if I can break past this daily VWAP, this black line here, anchored to the session, if I can break past that and use that as support, then that would be perfect. Fill in a lot of this gap out. It would be moving to the upside from that point. So it's moving in my favor right now. We'll watch it as it goes. But I wanted to point out oil. It was just a little bit away from our entry. We talked about this liquidity zone. It came down just a little bit below it and then took off from there. And this is what I'm expecting out of gold, is that it bounced off of that daily VWAP and it's coming to retest it now. So we may get a different discount, a cheaper discount on that. So I'm going to put the alerts down here on oil and then bring gold up to the top. All right, so we're just watching, just wanted to catch those two play out. And this gold, this US 30 buy was just perfect, you know, just off of
I was just looking at that, that there was definitely a scalping opportunity here. For that, it had some nice shark fins on the 3 and the 2 minute, some engulfing candles, and then you could have got in for 25. But I was too late for that one. But the great thing is that, you know, you'll see, you know, when you're doing these scalps, you'll see multiple entries throughout the day.
Yeah.
So
now, what do you think about it coming up to the area that is coming up to now? You have the
trend line right there.
No, it's not really a trend line. It's more of it's kind of vague, but it's more of like old support, turn resistance, but it's coming up to that VWAP that's anchored to the session.
I see.
That's where it rejected before, that we could possibly be trading within the range.
Yeah, I mean, we could possibly reject off of that area, but you know, I'm looking for shark fin entries. So if I see a shark fin formed around that area for a bearish move down, then and some confluences line up, then I would probably take it.
Yeah, right now it looks bullish.
Yeah,
up
right
to
now.
that point.
But it still didn't completely fill that gap. So I'm looking out for that too.
Possibly coming down.
Mm-hmm. Like my overall bias is definitely bullish, but it still may create structure up until it gets to that point. And it didn't complete that gap, so I am keeping that in mind. It is partially filled. Wouldn't you agree?
Yeah, it's but I've seen this before where we had actually let me go to it. It was back. Where was that back? It was back up. I think it was in, oh no. Is this the Dow? Yeah, this is the Dow. So before we did this this move down, I think it was around here. What was that? No, it wasn't in 2024. And for some reason, my charts aren't going back further than that.
Far enough to see it.
Yeah. So, but anyway, there was a gap that we ran up and created a high. Created a high, and I thought it was going to fill.
And it didn't.
Before it didn't. It just ran up. But then the move down filled it. So eventually it came down to fill it, but it didn't. It took a couple weeks to come fill it. And so
yeah, that's true because gaps aren't always filled right away.
Yeah. It doesn't have to be filled same day.
Mm-hmm.
And this one's a small enough gap where it could probably grabbed enough orders around that price
to continue up.
Yeah, because this move down was probably to grab, given these orders enough opportunity to get back in right around here, and then now heading to the upside. But I do like the daily VWAP to see if that will reject off of that.
Yeah, I've got a rejecting off of that, and kind of retesting that previous high, and potentially coming all the way back down to fill that gap. Yeah, but at least being able to get 25 ticks out of that.
Yeah, the move that just played out was definitely a nice move. It's heading toward the VWAP right now. So
yeah, that was a great move. I'm thinking about this one. I just want to check back in on my gold trade because we broke VWAP, and if we can stay on top, that's the real thing. What I'm going to do with this gold trade is I'm going to move my stop to break even, just so if it comes back down, I'll just get a cheaper price. I'm up like $100 on this trade, and so now it's a risk-free trade. I risk nothing with it. If it runs, that's great. If it doesn't run, I can get a cheaper price. I'm gonna put an alert here. It'll alert me anyway, but I want to put an alert a little bit lower at the entry just in case it comes right back down, because then we'll have the divergence. And same thing that you're thinking about with US 30, I'm looking at gold buys for the day, possibly. So risk-free trade, I'm up about $100 on this trade. Down 150 on the day. So right now I'm down like 50. So we'll see if this one runs.
yeah, if it plays out.
Yeah.
It looks good though, especially that's some good sharpness there.
Yeah. So I'm we're watching this US 30. Eyes on US 30 right now.
Yeah.
Potential retreat.
Yeah, it's at that. It's heading toward that VWAP.
All right, so I always want to figure out contract size. Nedra, did you mention your daily goal? What's your daily goal for the day?
1250.
1250. Okay.
So I usually do 10 contracts and I do the 1-to-1, a 25-25.
All right, so that's your one and done.
Yeah. I try. But sometimes I'll see, another setup that's just like too good to pass up.
Yeah, this one is looking interesting.
For the sell?
Yeah.
Yeah. I'm just waiting.
It
right
needs
now,
to come up again. It needs to retest again.
yeah, I think that VWAP is looking like a really good area of resistance if it comes up there. And then if we can get a shark fin on the lower time frame with, some bearish variation candles, then it might be an entry there. So it's kind of a wait and see now. What do you think, Billy?
Billy's in the trade right now.
Oh, he's in a trade?
No, I'm just playing.
Oh.
Sorry, I had to step away from the chart for a minute. I had to get Liam some breakfast and topped up my coffee here.
Oh, it's moving too.
Yeah, I was going to say, I think that was it when on the 1 minute when it touched that upper band. I think that might have been it. Yeah, to push it down.
Yeah, it may come back up and retest it again. Oops. This one may come back up and retest it. We're just ranging right now, so it's not. These are not real movements that's going to happen for today. We're about 30 minutes away from the open,
and
so these are not.
No news today, right?
No USD news, and volume's pretty low. Yeah, there it goes right there. Little volumes coming into the market.
Oh yeah, it played out before.
Yeah, right before VWAP is playing out.
Yeah, I was hoping it would push up to VWAP and then did this move. Yeah.
Yeah, there it goes. But I like, even though we're not in the trade, I like the analysis that we can see.
Yeah.
Like this is what's going to happen, and then it happens. It may not have come. I mean, the range of entry is like that short. We're talking about just short away from where we wanted to enter.
Yep.
Yeah, that's the thing that I have learned, with trading, is that a lot of times, you'll want something to happen, and if it doesn't happen exactly, that's when people chase the trade and they'll try to jump in because it's leaving. If it's leaving without you, let it leave. Let the train leave, and then wait for the next setup that you can catch.
Yeah.
And it still may come up for us. So.
Yeah, that's the thing. Is like it with it ranging. It's gonna give you 1,000 opportunities. All right, we're moving in the right direction. Let's go gold. So I'm up 120 on gold, and now
Did anybody else jump in gold this morning?
No, I did not.
No.
Let's go to chat. Chat. Anyone in chat jump in gold?
Oh, it looks like Tisha jumped in gold.
Nice.
Oh,
nice,
Tisha. Oh, nice.
Run it up.
I jumped in gold as well, and now my mouse is not working, so I'm trying to figure that out.
Thank you for all the congratulations. I'm just seeing the chat. Thank you so much, guys.
Yeah. Oh, Michael Looney's in gold.
Yeah. Okay, Mike.
Let's go, Mike. Nice. Yeah, we're gonna see if this daily or this session anchor VWAP holds. as support. We broke through it, so we're going to see if we get enough volume for it to run up.
Yeah. We got US 30 kind of pushing back up as well. Looks like it reacted off of the 1 minute, right around the 1 minute 200. And pushing back up.
Yeah. It also reacted off that area where the 1 minute 200 is also the open. We're open.
Yep.
I have that's open. Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
Oh, that was session open?
Yep.
Oh, okay.
That's exactly what it just bounced off of.
You know, that's I kind of still like this idea with that being session open. We haven't well, let me look at that. So potentially we could have put in the low of the day then. We could have ran, and all of this liquidity could be sitting down here at the low of the day. That could be inching towards the buys. I don't think we're going to do it right now, but at open, that's something to look for. That if we break over daily VWAP, that we could use that as support and run up to the high. And I do want to point out the range here, that if we break this level, and Billy mentioned this earlier, that 38.5 is that psychological level. If we break through that we could be coming up to 38, as high as 38. Let's call it 38.8 up here as a possibility. I don't think we'll have enough momentum today with no news, but that's a possibility.
You said 38.8?
Yeah, that's where I have the top of the range. That's where the last high was created, and that's where we had support and resistance zone looking left.
Yeah, that's where I have a break of structure line on my chart. Yeah. Mm-hmm.
Yeah. So we could potentially run there to retest. I mean, as far as sentiment in the market, do we know what if there's any earning reports this morning or anything?
Sure, but I'll double check on it.
Yeah, just looking at the VIX, it looks like we're reaching a low. You know, as this drops lower, indices will push higher. And DXY is still in range. That dollar strength index is still in the range. Possibly could be coming up to that 1 hour 200 and rejecting, but it's still in the range right now. Yeah, there it goes again. Same play.
There it is. It is.
Yep. Yep. Basically the same play. Just need a nice entry to get into that. Yeah, not really a fan of this type of market and these type of ranges right now. It's essentially doing the same thing. I'm gonna move this slightly up just so I can take care of my commissions. And get in a little bit lower on this gold trade. So we'll see if this level holds there, but it looks like it's coming through. We did put it in the high, but I want to see this level. Actually, let me move it just below that level. See if that level holds or if we get any rejection off of that. See, that's all you got to do is put a line there and it'll bounce off of it. That line.
Don't you wish it worked that way every time?
Right.
Like, I love it when that happens, but then other times it's like, why did it not respect the line that I put on there?
Right.
And usually that's because that means too many people had the line there. That's
Everybody
why.
has the line.
Exactly.
And then they go and liquidate everybody. Yeah.
Yep. Basically. That's the setup. Ooh, don't let me get the tweezer bottoms. Don't let me get the tweezer bottoms. This may run. That's my favorite candle pattern is tweezer bottoms. It's equal bottoms here that reject at the same spot. That's my favorite pattern, and that's it right at liquidity. And usually it runs when you see that. It usually runs in the to the upside or to the opposite side of those tweezer bottoms. It's on the 1 minute though, so patterns on the 1 minute don't really hold up. If you see that on like the hour chart, those are going to run all day. 1 minute chart, nah, not so much.
Yeah.
I mean, I'll let it run for an hour off the 1 minute though.
Yeah.
Yeah, I'm not seeing anything with earnings so far. There's so many earnings last week. Like,
yeah, a lot of tech earnings. I know Microsoft had earnings, Meta had earnings. All of that was last week in the tech sector.
yeah, that was all last week.
All right, so sometimes we jump on these calls, and it's we find our setup, right away, and we can hit our profit target. Other days like this, a Monday, it's a little slow, and we have to wait a little bit for price to move in our direction. But you're going to get to hear the opening bell this morning. I got it queued up. There it goes. Let's go. Let's run.
Yeah, we are 20 minutes. Oh,
Is Isaiah on the line in the chat? I kind of like these beats from Isaiah. You can go follow him and make sure that you go visit our website. We want you to like and subscribe. Hit the subscribe channel if you want to trade with us in the morning, make profits with us in the morning. We have many profitable traders in our community. So hit that subscribe button. Make sure you share it as well. Tell someone. We want to spread the love of God, the kingdom of God within the financial sector. And we're using trading as a platform to show what God is able to do in a short period of time. So go tell somebody. Yeah, these are good beats, Isaiah. Good beats. I like these. I think it's Beats by Zeke. Go to the AdvanceKingdomTV website, and his Instagram is there, so you can catch up with him. But excellent producer, and he keeps us grooving in the morning. So I really appreciate it. Yeah, this gold trade is making its move up. Now, not this isn't a sniper entry, okay? So, or would you consider this a sniper entry, Billy?
I would definitely call it close enough off the 1 minute chart. A little bit of drawdown. That ain't bad.
I think this last candle down here would have been you gotta that's a sniper entry down here.
Yep.
So we won't call it a sniper. It's like
Well,
my cousin.
it was pretty sniper to me.
I mean, in the grand scheme of things, though, with how much that market moves, like even nailing an entry that close, I mean, that's really good.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. Yeah. Now we just need it to run. I don't like that head and shoulder pattern that just formed right there. because that'll push right back down.
What's your target?
Yeah, it's a range trade. So I'm going to retest this where it broke structure. And there's also a gap right here. I don't know if you can see it on this chart, but there's a slight gap in price right here where it fell. And so I'm going to fill that slight gap where it broke the structure.
Okay, yeah.
Yep. And then depending on the momentum on it, we'll let it run from there. But that head and shoulder pattern that just formed, if it breaks this neckline, it's coming to retest, which is, I kind of like that because it'll give us a double bottom. And then we could potentially hit a sniper entry. Yeah, that's what it's coming down to right now. So I'm going to close out of this trade. Just closed it. Because that's what I'm expecting to happen. So it's like, that's $30 on price, but I want it to come down here and create this double bottom right here. That's what this pattern shows me, that it's coming down below the VWAP. VWAP didn't hold as support, and that it'll come down, create that retest liquidity right before the open. So we have 15 minutes before the open, and that seems to be a good price to buy at. So just took a little bit of profit off of that and letting it run up from there.
Yeah, I think I'll be waiting for open as well before I really look for any entries on US 30. I want to see what structure forms once we open.
Yeah, I'm gonna watch that one with you. That's gonna be interesting.
Mm-hmm.
We get to see Nedra's scalping strategy. Tamisha, what price is that on gold? Let me see. Let's see. Yeah, so I have entry right around 2340. Right around 2340 on gold, letting it come down and create a double bottom here, which is just a liquidity grab. And this whole zone is a liquidity, so we'll just follow price action to see what it does. And even if it scoots down past it and creates that 5-minute divergence, that may be it as well. Yeah, we definitely want this a little bit lower. Get a better price. See if we can get a sniper on that. Now this is interesting. It's right where I exited. That may be a double bottom right there. Right off of that. Look at that. Look at there.
Almost like it knew you exited right there. It's like, I'm just gonna do this to mess with you. I feel like that sometimes. It's like, you know what?
It's thinking about me, huh?
Yeah.
Like the Truman Show.
Oh man.
I know it's the hardest thing because sometimes I'm like, sometimes you really just like have to let it play out and either hit your stop loss or hit your TP. Because a lot of times you'll jump out and then it'll go right in your direction. Tim, you taught me that.
Patience is a virtue. Yeah, right here on my screen, I got Philippians 4 and 6. Be anxious for nothing, but in everything by prayer and supplication with thanksgiving, let your requests be made known to God. That scripture settles me a lot, that to be slow and thoughtful in your approach, and you don't have to be anxious at those zones. Just let the idea play out. And it's a lot of that mentality of like you having to work for it versus letting the charts work for you. You don't have to really let work here. It's just keep your hands off and let it work. So if this runs up and creates a new high, this is a perfect example. I'll just be the sacrificial lamb here.
Who
All right,
else?
we got about 10 minutes left in the chat. Or excuse me, 10 minutes left in the chat. 10 minutes left before the open.
Yeah, and I gotta jump off here and start getting Liam ready for school and everything. But I'll stay logged in. So when I'm all done with that, if you guys are still on, I'll jump back in.
Okay.
All right, cool, Billy.
Billy, what you looking at today, man?
I like looking at US 30, gold, and platinum. I like watching those. Try to get some scalping opportunities, if nothing else on them. Those are kind of my go-to charts.
Okay. What's your goal for today?
At least 500. Anything over that, it's a bonus.
Great. I like it.
Awesome.
Yeah, man.
Awesome.
So, but yeah, I appreciate y'all. I'll try to jump back on as soon as I can if y'all are still here.
All right, tell Liam hey for us.
Yeah, will do. Thanks, guys.
All right, see you. Yeah. Yeah, this may drop down to entry right before market. That'd be great if it comes down and fills that gap first.
Yeah, I would really appreciate that.
All right, thank you. I'm gonna look at Bitcoin real quick. Yeah, Bitcoin's not doing nothing. Look at that. Look at that. You dirty dog. Look at that.
Oh man.
Well, hopefully those that were in it in the chat didn't follow my example and you held on to it, left your stop loss at break even. It didn't get out $20 away from the you didn't get out, you didn't take the $20 and run.
Who was in it? Was it Tisha that said she was in it?
Yeah, Tisha was in it.
Tisha and Michael.
Oh, she's in.
Yeah, oh yeah, nice. Tisha's still in it.
Yeah.
I know Michael was in there as well. Michael, you still in?
That's right.
Yeah, Michael. That's right. Don't follow my example on this. You know, stick with the strategy. Stick with the strategy.
Man, that has happened to me so many times, and I mean, like when it happens, I'm just like, God, like what are you doing?
Like, man, no, that's God. God talking to me like you took $20.
Yeah,
for $20.
Hold on to the trade.
Oh man, yeah, I got out right where it took off at.
Yeah.
Which was structure. That's the reason why I had the stop loss there. It was like, okay, we got to keep that structure. So that's crazy.
Yeah. Hey, Nedra, looking at US 30, I'm looking on the 1 minute where the bands are at the bottom. I know you guys have talked about when the bands get really tight, it's not necessarily a good time. Would this be considered really tight bands?
No, I don't think so, because it's a little open. Like it's when Denise is Dr. Denise talk about tight bands, she means when the upper and the lower band are almost like squeezing on the 50 TDI. Like it comes in and it squeezes. And if you notice during that time, the market will range.
Okay.
Yeah, but this is.
Because I was gonna say on the 1 minute it looks kind of tight, but. No.
Yeah, but when you're saying tight, it's not necessarily. Oh, go ahead.
We are ranging at the moment, but the bands still appear open to me.
Okay. No, that's good.
I'm trying to find a better spot. I can tell you to look at.
Yeah, and that this is representing. I mean, to me, the bands are still representing a range. Like if it pulls and tightens up above the 50, that's trend. Or if it pulls and tightens up below the 50, that's trend. But when it's spread out like this, that to me is consolidation right now. And that's exactly what we're in.
So you would say that the bands are closed, Tim, you said?
No, the on the TDI, they're open right now.
Oh,
So we're not ranging above the 50 or ranging below the 50. We're
Right.
open right now.
Mm-hmm. So if you go back, Tim, on your chart, can you go back to like Friday, the 26th around 4:30? Well, it'll be 3:30 p.m. your time, and look at the bands during that time.
Yeah.
On the 1 minute, that's what I would consider like tight bands. Taris. Oh wait, we lost Taris.
Oh, he's back.
Okay.
Okay, so that's considered tight bands. Okay.
Yeah. Would you agree, Tim?
Yeah, because you got but it's tight bands, but it's also signifying that we're in an up movement. So it pulls up above the 50, and we start to range above that 50. If it did the same thing on the bottom side, it would tell us that we're into shorts.
Yeah.
But I agree with that.
I see what you're saying. Yes.
Yeah.
So it's just the top band and the 50 pretty much being really close together, or the bottom and the okay. I got you.
Yeah, but if they are squeezing the 50 TDI, a lot of times that's a ranging market.
Okay.
Yeah.
Got you.
Which is kind of what it's not really, but it's similar to what it's doing now. All right, we got 4 minutes left to the open.
Yeah.
And I'll get my bell sound ready. That should be my only job in the morning, is to ring the bell.
Taris, I don't know. We can't see you. Did you put your camera off on purpose?
No, that's why I removed myself and got back in. Something's going on technically. So
okay.
So, this like we've been on the call for a couple hours now, a little over a couple hours. And to pull out your, if the market's going and it's moving in your direction and we're in a trade, for instance, like not necessarily gold, but say we're in a trade and market moves in your direction. For that couple of hours to make $1,000, $500, $1,000, most people work an 8-hour day to make that. And so I think it's pretty cool of what the market is, utilizing the market to buy back your time. I think that's a interesting piece to look at. That time freedom of having the ability. And that's why I asked, is there, and I like your answer, but is there have you felt that life change of having the freedom, even though you're still working, having the freedom to know if anything happened with your job, that you'll still be okay, that you'll be all right, better than all right, because you have a skill set that is very lucrative.
Yeah, I think that part has definitely like set in. The fact that I've taken the time over the past couple of years to learn this skill set, and knowing that I can, walk to my computer inside of my home and extract money from the market. That is promising for sure.
Yeah.
Sure.
Yeah. And I think it's early on for me, it became eye-opening for me early on. But another piece of that, there's another side of that it also can become addicting, and it can become an idol. So like sometimes early on when I would step away from the market, and we're getting ready for open too, but when I step away from the market, you would almost crave to be back on the charts. and I found it being an idol in some respects. And so that it gives you have the power to obtain wealth that comes from God, but then you also have the propensity that you could make it into an idol if you're not careful, if you're not judging your heart in the market, and that you're not leaning to this as you're looking at this as more of the ability that God has given you, and not looking at it as a new God that you have now created.
Yeah, and I think with that, it's opening bell.
All right, Bell, we are open. Markets are open. And we are now moving in to an open market. So here we go. This is acting as, I mean, I'm not going to trade the 1 minute or lower time frames on the open. We just wanted to settle out, but this is looking very bullish right now.
Yeah, so if you look at the 1 minute and the 30 second on US Open, you can see it better on the 30 second that there was a sharp fin created there at that lower band.
Yeah.
So if you would have gotten in after that and go for the candle and the sharp fin, you would have hit CP just now at 25 points. So the 10 units would have made your 1250. But I don't trade opening bell, so I wasn't trying to get in that.
Yeah. Oh. All right, I'm going to trade the opening bell here.
Oh, you're going to trade it, yeah.
Yeah, just up to, I mean, this is what we talked about,
Yeah.
is that we're going to this liquidity zone, and 38.8 could possibly be a target. So I wanted to trade that opening bell for that reason.
Yeah. Oh, it's going. It's flying, Tim.
Yeah, I think I'm going to let it run for just a second here, then I'm going to jump out. I want to just hit that target that I was looking for. But I mean, this is everything that we talked about. Is it broke daily VWAP here, and then pushed up.
Yeah, I'm gonna wait. I want to wait for it to push back down and make another sharp fin entry for me, and then I'll get in.
Yeah.
Wait.
I like trading momentum like that. That was just a quick $100. Let me check my account here. My TraderBait account. Yeah, so that if you remember that gold trade that we got out of, I was down $150. So those last two trades just got me back to break even.
Oh, perfect.
Yeah, so I'm back at break even, and that just makes sense to me, just to fight back to my break even point with the confluence that we talked about. Like, this is liquidity. We're thinking about buys. The opening bell pushed us up to buys. Why not be in that?
Yeah, I'm more conservative. Just said, why not? I'm like, I'm gonna wait. But yeah, but you're right. The confluences definitely did line up for that.
The way the momentum can change quickly, that opening bell, it's risky. It's very risky.
Yeah.
Yeah, you saw I moved. So we've been in, like, if this is an NBA game, we've been practice. We've been shooting our 3-pointers. We've been shooting, we just been practicing our swing. That's really what I treat pre-market as. Like, we've went through this. We marked out our levels. I went through limit orders, seen how much my contract size is, and how much I'm risking. So, and we marked out the levels. Like, this hit the level perfectly. So we said this was the last high here. I had this level, this zone marked out as liquidity. And that's knowing that if we hold up and we broke VWAP, that we're going to head up to liquidity. That's exactly what happened. And so I was just prepared for it. It was like, I'm going to get in on opening bell, catch momentum up to liquidity grab. And if it pushed past there, I'll hold it to 38.8. because this is the next zone. This is minor. This is the real zone that I'm targeting. And so that is really what I was looking at on the higher time frames, which is a little different because, you know, if you look at a 15-minute candle or hour candle, is the hour candle going to be bullish? And if you have confluence on the hour, I'm willing to hold that for a little bit to make it for the higher push. So that's where the strategies are going to differ a little bit in what I'm targeting.
Denise said, Tim, did you take that opening bell?
I did. I did. Opening bell doesn't fail me. If I get momentum and it starts moving, I'm in.
It's just in and out.
In and out. Well, you know, I would have stayed in, but it hit my liquidity zone right here and started to retrace. Yeah, so now I'm looking for the real move.
Yeah.
So definitely don't advise doing that to those that are, especially those that are new to US 30. Definitely don't advise doing that. But I am looking for a buy off of VWAP.
I'm looking for the buy. That's what I'm looking at right now. I'm looking at the VWAP on the 30-second. We're starting to take a sharp end at the 50% CPI. So I'm still looking for a buy.
You said on the lower time frame?
On the 30-second? Yeah.
Okay. And so you're looking for the touch of the band on the 30-second?
I would look for a shark fin at either the lower or the upper band, or at the 50 TDI.
Okay.
With confluence.
Because I'm looking at the 1 minute 800.
Let me take a look at that.
Okay, yeah. That's right where I have VWAP anchored to the session.
Yeah, right in that area.
Oh yeah, it's all in the same. Yeah. So if I can get some confluence to line up when after this comes down, then I'll get in for a buy. Denise said, yes, it's retracing a bit. If you're not experienced, do not try that. She's talking about.
Do not try that. Don't do it. Don't do it.
When I first started trading, I jumped into US 30, and that's how I was trading.
Oh yeah.
I was doing that, and I had some amazing days, and then I had some days where it was just like, all right, what are you doing?
But see, I didn't put risk on. Now, normally, if I wasn't on camera, there would have been a heavier risk there. That would have been a couple thousand right there.
Right. You're being very modest right now, Tim. Very modest.
I'm trying to be conservative, but we've talked about it all morning. This level being the key area. Billy talked about it, 38.5 being broke. And so 38.5, if you draw that trend right here of where resistance was, that's right at 38.5. And this candle broke, came back and retested it. And then you got momentum that broke that VWAP. And that's where I got in at. I was like, oh, this is heading up to liquidity. We already had liquidity marked out, and I had momentum. I'm like, we had a slow morning, and finally momentum has come into the volume has come into the market.
Yeah.
And so I was like, no, I'm in this. And I've been waiting on that.
I'll be looking back at the recording and taking some notes.
Yeah, definitely. Like right now, I would still hold that trade. If we were off camera, I would probably still be in that trade. I would have moved a stop down here below, expecting 38.8 to be a potential target.
Yeah.
You're a different breed, Tim. You're a different breed.
but you got to think about it. It's like it's really risk management. So
It is,
this,
yeah.
if you think about 38.8, so let's say I'm wrong. If you look at about risk to reward, if I'm wrong, it represents it may represent a couple $100. If I'm right, it's going to represent thousands of dollars.
That is
And
true.
so how many times do I have to be
right
in order to break even? And
Yeah.
all I have to do is be right one time, and
Yeah.
and we're good.
Mhm.
Yeah.
And so really I'm playing that kind of plays to risk management. If you don't have proper risk management, it's not going to work.
Yeah, that's good.
All right, it's coming down to VWAP right now. We're right at daily VWAP,
Yep.
and that's the rejection that we wanted to see.
I'm looking also at this 15-minute. There's a lot of wick rejection at the 15-minute, and it's about 4 minutes and change before that candle closes. So I'm paying attention to that as well.
Yeah, I didn't notice the 15-minute 50 that was right there too.
Mm-hmm.
So we do want that to close. We got 4 minutes, a little over 4 minutes on the 15-minute candle. So we want that. We want to close above that 15-minute 50.
Yeah, because a lot of times, right? So after this 15-minute candle closes, even if we're going to continue up, a lot of times it will come down first to make that wick before it continues up. So I'll look at that 15-minute, wait until it closes, see if we're going to come down and make the wick, and I'll drop down to a lower time frame to start to look for my entries to take that candle, 15-minute candle up. Usually, if an entry presents itself, it will hit target before that 15-minute candle closes.
Mm-hmm.
So
Yeah.
Dr. Ann said she got some of that opening bell.
Yeah.
Okay,
Yeah.
Dr. Ann.
Listen, I'm not alone in here. We gotta get some of this opening bell.
She found her flow.
Yeah.
she found her harmony. And got
Yeah.
something.
I'm not mad at y'all. Y'all like, wait, we didn't ring the bell for nothing. No, we did not ring the bell for nothing.
Listen, it was off to the races. Off to the races. All right, so now we're in this consolidated period right now, which I like the accumulation phase of US 30 right now, and it's right above resistance. So we're good. We haven't had the true move yet, so that's why we're being patient. Is that we know the area that we're looking for the buy, but we're just being patient there.
Yeah, it's coming down. It's on the 1 minute, it's testing the 800, the VWAP, heading toward the 50. But that wick exhaustion on that 15-minute candle is...
Yeah, not too scary, because I think we're going to eat up that. Just watch this last 2 minutes of what this last 2 minutes does with that.
Okay.
It's going to eat up that candle. And this is what I'm looking at, is this old resistance that's right here. I just get these MAs off, clean up my chart. Just look at structure. This is what we're retesting right now.
Okay, I see.
It looks like Tamisha said gold hit 2340.
Yeah, don't remind me. Who's all in? Who's all in gold? Oh no, it actually came down. It actually came down and hit. Yeah, so it went up, came back down. This is a good buy area right here. Like, this is what we've been talking about. You see that divergence that is current. Let me go up to the divergence that's here. So this is a shark fin. We're a little bit lower. This is liquidity right here that's happening on gold. So I do like that. And that was primarily the reason that I'm not too, I don't want to say I'm glad about it. Hopefully everybody moved their stop loss to break even. But the reason why I got out is price action. Just the way price action was looking and how it was coming down, knew that the open wanted to retest the low. I wasn't watching this, but this is the entry point because of this divergence to get into this buy off of this liquidity zone. And you just can't be afraid of those red candles. You just have to back test enough to know how momentum slows at support and what liquidity grabs look like. This is a liquidity grab right here that put in this high. We're going to see the same thing here on gold. I'm actually going to put a alert right here. I think we're going to retest it again and come back to it in case we do. All right, we got 5 seconds left on this 15-minute candle. Yeah. And that's now the wicking concerns me. That long wick, exhaustion wick. Yeah. Now that concerns me. Because we're going to get something like this over here where you get that long wick and then it's going to push down to liquidity again.
Yeah, it still might come down and close that gap. So I don't know if my buys are there quite yet. Just yet.
Yeah, we're going to look for buys a little lower. And gold is coming lower as well. So these both look good as they start to come down.
Hey guys, I got to step away for maybe next 10 to 15 minutes. If you guys are still on, I will jump back on.
All right, cool.
All right.
Thanks, Terrace. Yeah, you say you're taking gold to the upside. Yeah, I mean that liquidity on gold is I mean it just looks like it's going to be buys. Now, there's not I don't see any news that's pushing it up there. Let me see what DXY is doing. Yeah, DXY is pushing up and that's why gold is pushing down. But we're going to get a retest here pretty soon off of this old structure. And so we may get the retracement. Now we're just trading the dollar strength, US dollar strength is just trading in a range. So right now it's testing this old structure and we'll probably see it at the exhaustion here pretty soon. I'm just gonna go to a higher. Yeah. So the 1 hour 200, this is old support over here that we're coming up to. So as long as this is pushing up, gold is going to push down. And remember, US dollar is a risk on environment. When everybody runs from the dollar, they're going to run to gold. Then it's a risk off environment. And so right now it's risk on for the dollar. So gold is going to push down. But you can see this rejection on the dollar is going to make gold push back up. So gold is going to start being risk off. And gold is going to start pushing up, and that was just a liquidity grab, and now we should be heading to the upside. So if you're saying that gold is a buy on this zone, I could see why you would say that. And I'm actually going to move the idea and grab below that last liquidity, and that's the new idea now for gold. I see what Dr. Denise is saying. I want to see what the next hour candle does.
In 13 minutes.
Yeah. If it's going to recover a lot of that wick space.
Yeah, there's a lot of wick on there. Yeah, on the 1 hour and the 15 minutes. So.
Yeah, it looks like we're just going to come retest it though.
Patience is a virtue.
Yeah, definitely not giving us a signal to jump in it. Yeah, I like this flag pattern that's being created on it though. That is your 78.6.
I hit the 78.6. Oh yeah.
Yeah. Yep.
It bounced off that old resistance level, turn support.
Yeah, this looks like it's going to run and hit the highs. We'll probably get that rejection off of 23.6, which is right around that liquidity zone. Come back down to retest it and then head to the highs. But if it comes down here and retest, we may have an opportunity. And I just like that strategy that you have of going to that 30-second and 1 minute and looking for that shark fin as the option to get in.
Yeah.
Now I'm not sure if you back tested it, but in a trending market, if it's trending, that band is going to come up a lot higher, and so it's not gonna make it down.
Yeah, it'll a lot of times you'll see the shark fin off of the 50, the middle band, or the 50 TDI.
Yeah.
From my back test, that's what I've been seeing. I'm still back testing the strategy though, but it's been.
Yes, it's interesting there. I'm going to switch over to gold because I think that's coming back down. They're talking about it. Let's see what it looks like here. Yeah, this is definitely liquidity. I like it off of this zone. So I think I am going to get back into gold as well.
So a gold buy?
Yeah, gold buy. I think it's going to come down and retest. That's what I'm hoping for. Nope, it's not. I just like this liquidity zone that's here. It's like anywhere near that, but price is just too expensive. And it's like going to the store, you want to catch the sale. And so price is just expensive at this point. I want the discounted price down here, which was just this liquidity zone here. I mean, right now we could be sitting with our stop in at break even or slightly in profit and watch the run up. But now the opportunity is going to come. The opportunity that now is going to come is going to be right here. It's like when this neckline gets broke. This was the double bottom. This was the liquidity grab, and that created the low. So if you go, let me do this. If you go to just look at what put in this low, it was this green candle here. That's the liquidity, the new liquidity zone. So when that breaks, you just let it run, and then you let price come back to retest that liquidity zone. And that'll be the new entry for the buys. So we're looking for it to break, reject, come down to this liquidity zone, and then we'll enter in there to the upside. And the only reason we're taking it that high is because we didn't catch the bottoms. So the price is just too expensive under that zone to take it right now. In my mind, to take it right now, we want it to break and retest to confirm the high. All right, US 30 is coming back down.
Yeah, I'm watching it.
I'm gonna flip over to NQ real quick. Ooh.
Oh, NQ looks really bearish.
Do you know if stocks are red for today or what they're doing?
I'll take a look right now. So we are, let's see, we are bullish. Majority of CNBC is green. We have about 10 red. Everything else is green.
Yeah. I think NQ is setting up for a buy as well. Sort of thinking the same thing that we're thinking about with US 30. And we're just retesting this old resistance zone here.
Yeah.
That we could be heading up to
Off of
potential
it.
buys.
Yeah. And it's kind of like hanging out and bouncing off of that VWAP too.
I turn that on. Yeah. So this is what I like to do with VWAP when it's so I'm on NQ when it stretches below. I like to anchor it to the week because that gives me.
Oh, you anchor it.
Yeah. It gives me a different look, perspective.
Show me how you do that again.
So if you click on the tool bar or the settings of the VWAP, you go over to anchor period. And so normally we anchor it to the session open. But you could anchor it to different time frames. And what it does is it stretches it as possible entries of rejection. I only use it really primarily on the session, but every now and then when I take it to the weekly, like the weekly, I could, it may, if it would have shown weekly support down here, that would have gave me confirmation, but it's up above. So I'm not looking at it that way. Another thing to do is to turn your band on just to see if it's rejecting off of those multipliers. And it's on that third multiplier right now, but there's a lot of ways that you can use that VWAP as a potential entry spot. Let me know when you're looking at an entry on US 30. Right now I'm on NQ.
Okay.
And I'm thinking about taking a buy here on NQ.
Okay. I'll let you know. I'm looking.
Price is just too expensive right now. Yeah, I wanted to take the buy off of NQ down here. And this is the difference between scalping. So this is the idea that I drew up on the higher time frame. But we talked about this last week as well, is that a lot of these moves are moves within a move. And so this is really all I'm looking at. This higher time frame buy, I can move to the side. This was all I was really looking at, is just carrying it up to VWAP. Off of the lower time frame shark fins. And we're just watching it. It looks like it's just going to play out. I'm not in it, but it because I'm late. It looks like it's playing out. All right, so I'm going to send an alert if it falls back down.
All right, US 30 is coming back down to that resistance area, current support.
Yeah, this retest of structure is going to be key. Hey, Dr. Denise, are you available for a little bit?
Natural read.
I want you and Nedra to trade
oh yeah,
this US 30 deal.
She's in the chat.
Yeah. I want to see if she want to come back up to the stage. Okay, that's fine. Nedra, you have your screen up? I'm going to step away and take a call real quick. I'm going to be right back in about 5 minutes.
Okay, yeah, I'll share. Dr. Denise is coming back on too?
No, she's getting ready for another meeting.
Okay. Yeah, let me.
But yeah, just talk through this one. I'll be right back.
Okay.
On this one.
Settings, share screen.
I think this is going to be good because it's coming right back to that liquidity zone that will probably.
I think I might.
Yeah, I got you. It's up there now.
Okay. Yeah, I'm on. This is the 15-minute right here. So we just
I'll be right back.
This new candle on the 15-minute. This is a 5-minute. I'm gonna jump down to the 1 minute, see what it's doing. So it has created the shark fin on the 1 minute. So this might be a good area for a buy. The only thing that I'm hesitant about is all the wick exhaustion on the 15-minute. I like to get my box ready. There has been some plays this morning, but I'm looking at this bottom.
Oh, it left too. It hit that 1 minute band, and
it would have been nice to get in it at the retest, but
yeah, the price is expensive to get in on buys here, but hopefully it comes back down. But that was a nice reaction off of that 1 minute band.
Yeah, down here. I'm trying to see if I can get another reaction if it comes down area. But I got my 25 set up.
I'm gonna set mine up as well. Because want to be in there with you as well. I think it's gonna push.
Yeah, I think this is the buy, honestly.
Yeah.
So we're gonna see what it does. But
look at so I'm glad that we're sharing your screen because I got in.
Okay.
Oh, you did too. You did too. Okay.
Oh man, yeah.
Oh, okay. I'm glad you're sharing yours. I'm in it.
Yeah, I'm gonna see what it does on this next candle. I might move my risk up a little bit, like halfway through this. If it doesn't hit, we'll see.
Yeah, let's go. Come on. Almost there. So you have 10 on? 10 contracts?
Mm-hmm.
Now, are you using the micro or are you using the micro E-mini or are you just using the E-mini?
E-mini.
Okay. So yeah, I'm using the micro. So my risk is, your risk is 10 times more than mine.
Oh. Look, yeah. and I had the jokes about being conservative.
Yeah, your risk is 10 times more than mine. I'm using the micro E-mini.
Yeah.
Yeah, but no, it's interesting. Same trade. It's just different risk level.
Tamisha has said, Nedra, are you getting in? Yes, I got in.
Yeah, she got in. We both got in. I think I got in I got in a little bit higher than what you did. If I'm looking at yours. What is that? You're on the 1 minute chart?
Yeah, this is the 1 minute. I got the 30-second. I don't like this rejection.
No, that's a failed auction right there. A lot of exhaustion. coming down, so it may push down a little lower.
Don't like that.
Yeah, it just hit my break even, so I'm out.
Yeah.
But of course, my break even is support, so it should run up from here. That's usually how it works.
Yeah, we'll see. I want to see how this one plays out. Like I said, I may move my sell stop up if I don't see.
Yeah, this is interesting. So you don't, once your trade box is up, you don't touch it. That's good. That's good.
Let's see if it rejects off of this area. And sometimes, like, I'll just let it hit stop loss because, that was my risk for the day. So, we'll see.
Yeah. We're just, right now, we're retesting the daily VWAP. Not the daily VWAP. VWAP anchored to the session.
Oh, the VWAP. Yeah.
Yeah.
With the 15 minutes going. I just hate all the
I like that rejection, though. No, I think it looks safe off of the VWAP.
No.
And even the buy, it's starting to come down now.
We'll see.
10 seconds left on this 1 minute. See if it closes above the VWAP. Yeah. It looks good. It looks good.
It did close above it.
Yeah.
I just don't. If you look at the 15 minute, the 15 minute is where I have the problem.
Yeah,
so a lot of wick exhaustion, which is what we were talking about. So I don't think it'll hold up.
Yeah, it definitely looks like it's coming to the downside.
But I'm still gonna hold it for now.
Dr. Lakeisha, I want to bring you up real quick. Yo, Dr. Lakeisha, I just want to ask you what are you looking at right now?
I am looking at US 30 right now. So I figured I'll jump back in, and while you guys are doing the trade as well, I'll be a part of the action as well. So this is pretty good for me.
Yeah, because you're normally swing trading. And so how does it feel to be scalping when you're a swing trader?
It's a big adjustment. I think many years ago, me and Nedra started off with US 30, and she has been faithful to it. I kind of left, and I wanted to do the whole swinging thing, and now I'm coming back and I'm learning it all over again. So it's definitely been an adjustment, I would say.
Oh yeah, it is an adjustment, especially just being at the chart, not watching it go back and forth like that. Now I'm more intraday, but Dr. Denise and Nedra has me on this 30-second chart. Crazy.
I checked it out. I have been checking it out. Now I've added it to my trading view as well.
Yeah, it's just hanging out here. I'm actually out of this trade.
It's around the VWAP, and we'll see.
Yeah.
The 15 minute has a lot of wick exhaustion. So, for it to come up here, we'll see. It has a lot of wick exhaustion.
Yeah. Really quick, I want to share that gold is almost at the take profit level. So I'm not sure. I'm not sure if Tisha's still on. Tisha, did you hold this one? Not sure if she's still on. But it's almost at the take profit, which was that old test of resistance, which is a small gap right here. And that's where we're looking at it possibly pushing up to. And I just want to point out here, right where I got out was the support level. So if I would have left my break even, we would have hit the profit target for the day. But now it's going up to hit our take profit level that we talked about. There.
Yeah, US 30 went bearish.
All right, so are you out of that one now?
No, I'm still in it.
Okay, you're still.
I'm gonna let it. I'm gonna let it. I'm just gonna hold it until it either hits my TP or my stop loss.
Okay. Because I'm actually looking at getting in at this level.
Yeah,
like this is that old resistance
right.
that turns that's turning into support right here.
Yeah, it's right there. Let me see what it's doing on the lower. Make a little gap on that 30 seconds. Usually I like, even when I'm in them, how many minutes has it been? 1, 2. This is way too long for me.
Yeah, you're stuck in consolidation right now.
Yeah, I'm like, it's been 6 minutes. This is way too long for me.
It's the waiting game. It's the patience. It's waiting, right?
Yeah, so this is where you come in, Dr. Lakeisha, teach her how to swing. Like, no, just back away. It's okay.
I'm like, this is way too long for me, guys. 6 minutes. But I did not close. I'm still holding on for dear life.
It looks, I mean, you're up right now. You're positive right now.
No, I'm not. I'm still in the red.
Okay, because you got in above VWAP?
Mm-hmm.
Okay.
Yeah, I got in around.
Did you adjust your stop loss, Nedra, or did you all leave it at the same once you entered your original trade?
I just left it. Yeah, I just left it. I almost moved it, but I was like, you know what? I'm just gonna let it hit stop loss or TP. And this is in my challenge account. It's not in my funded account. So
okay, good. You can be a little more aggressive.
A little more conservative in my funded account, but
yeah,
with the challenge,
yeah, it's just range high, and this was that NQ buy. So that's off of the shark fin, and then the divergence that we were looking for on NQ. I didn't jump into this one, but I just wanted to watch it, and we were carrying that up to daily VWAP. So that just hit take profit level there, which is a great move of what we're seeing, but we see a longer term buy on NQ.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. US 30 is just late to the party. I think it's going to do the same thing.
It is not moving right now.
All right, so this is what we talked about with gold. We said, what time frame were we on? Yeah, here. So we marked this green candle that introduced this low on the 15-minute as liquidity. And so because we didn't catch it down here, we said we'll let it break through that liquidity zone and come back to retest it. That will be the entry. That entry is now coming up. So we're going to put this box on, move this just below the daily VWAP in that liquidity, and that will be the trade that we take to run to the high. So this is now the new trade that if we pull back to this zone, I'm gonna put an alert here. If we pull back to the zone, this is really a retest right here, where it came down, spiked this last one. So this may run up from here, but if it comes down, I want to get long on gold.
All right, it looks like US 30 is on a run on the 1 minute.
Oh,
yeah. I am
up.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, this is gonna hit your TP.
Yeah, see, that's the joy, Nedra, of being patient, right? See, that's the sweeter mentality right there. It'll come back to you.
Yeah, I had to work a lot on my psychology because even now it's still a struggle. I wanted to jump out, but I'm like, don't do it. Don't do it. Don't jump out.
Yeah, US 30 will take you through those emotions.
And I'm never confident about hitting TP until it actually does.
Yeah.
Because it will, it likes doing different things. So we'll see. And it's in this weird like wedge pattern right now. You see that? Like the wedging?
Yeah, I think the move is to go long. This is to me accumulation phase of what it's doing. That it's getting liquidation. We may see a few dips lower to liquidate, but the intent is for it to go long.
Yeah, it's about 22 seconds left on this 15-minute candle, so it is going to drop a little bit because it's going to make that wick, you know.
Yeah.
So I expect for it to push up a little and then drop down a little bit to make a wick.
Yeah, it looks bullish. I think the longs are going to have it. I think we were going to get some liquidity, but you know, this support level may end up holding right here. And then we go to the long. Yeah, you should be at take profit here.
You should be in profit.
I'm almost there. It's not there yet. But I'm almost there.
Look, you just said, I want every inch of this. You made me wait. I want every inch.
Yes, it's almost there.
So this is really quick on gold. I'm thinking about getting long right here. This is what we're talking about. Is that was liquidity. We came down and touched that liquidity zone. So I'm going to get long right here. I'm just going to calculate my risk here. And 10 contracts long. .4% risk. Actually, I'm looking at it now. So the bottom of, so this is liquidity. We're talking about that 15-minute that put in the low is this green candle that's serving as liquidity that we're rejecting off of. But VWAP is right at the bottom of that liquidity that I think is support. So that's what I'm concerned about right now on gold. TDIs are working against me on a lower time frame. So I think I may get a discounted price if I can just wait a little bit. That's what I'm looking at right now, because these are not aligning. Lower time frames are not aligning with me right now. So I think daily VWAP is going to be the entry, but I do want to catch it within this liquidity zone. And this is the pullback here. You know, fibs on lower time frame aren't as trustworthy, but do just want to look at, you know, where my zones are. So I think I'm going to take this one. Yeah, I think I'm going to take this one. Yeah, I'm going to go in with a little rest. And remember, I'm at break even right now.
Hit my TP.
Nice. Nice. Congratulations. So did you hit your profit target for the day?
I did.
Nice.
That was intense though, because Tim, I can't sit in no trade for no whole 15 minutes now. That's a lot.
Oh, that's hilarious. That's hilarious. Hilarious.
And this is why you have to be patient. Can I share my screen real quick?
Yeah.
I just want to show this to the group. You know,
share your chart again so I can bring it up to the stage.
Okay, I will. Is this it? Yeah. Can you see my screen?
Yep.
So had I jumped out, I went into all this drawdown right here, but I saw this area.
Yeah.
And then I went into prayer. Lord, please let.
Prayer is a strategy. Yeah.
Right. I went into prayer and said, Lord, please let it bounce off this area, because if it doesn't, it's gonna hit my stop loss. But it did. It bounced right off of this area, because that was there before, you know, I placed a trade, and then it went to target. So just like that.
Nice.
And Nedra, you said that move was like a 15-minute move, right?
No, it wasn't. So what I was doing, I had looked at the 15-minute because I was expecting price to come down and then make a a bullish move, but overall I was still entering on the 1 minute and the 30 seconds. So I looked at this band touch on the 1 minute down here, and expected price to come up. However, it did come up, but it went down. This is the 30 second where it also made a shark fin, but it came down here for a retest of that 50 TDI in middle band and then pushed back up. So my TP was here and it also started hitting that upper band. So I was cool with getting out there. And if you notice, as soon as it hit my TP, it started to reject. So does that make sense?
It definitely does. It's just I'm looking at your pullback. My brain, if I was there and I would have saw how much negative my account was,
would have got out.
My psychology would have been kicking in, and I would have closed the trade. But it's that patient piece of waiting for it to come back.
Yeah, that was not easy to do, especially live. So,
but that, I mean, the those kind of I don't know how I look at it as just a normal pullbacks as a normal pattern in how the markets move.
Yeah,
it's like as long as you get a support level or resistance level correct, it's going to pull back and retest a couple times and grab liquidity, but it should just move in your direction.
Yeah,
from that point.
And to really be more conservative, if if someone was taking this trade, they could pull their stop loss below this area. If you want to be a little more conservative, but I've just been doing my 25-25. If it hits, it hits. If it hits stop loss, then.
So are you going to enter back in again today?
I usually trade up until about 12 noon. So yeah, I'm still gonna look for a little. I'm gonna look for a little bit more. But also too, when you have your daily goal and you hit it so early, because it's 10:21 my time. Sometimes it's just best to just walk away and say, I hit my goal for the day. I don't need to trade all day, and so preserve capital. I think I have like maybe one more trade or like 1.5 trades to take in order to pass this challenge. So, even though my cutoff time is noon, I think I might be one and done.
Yeah, it's like that's how I gauge, whether I'm operating in greed. I set my target early to say, I'm not going to lose any more than 350, and I'm looking to gain, that 500. That 500 gets hit, and then that becomes the metrics. So if I see myself when I journal, if I see myself trading beyond how much I said I was able to lose, then somewhere greed has entered in to the equation, and usually I can equate that to over trading or FOMO or something where I'm starting to go on tilt, and you have to regulate your own soul in that kind of manner. There's like the ability to walk away when you're up or when you're down. The ability to do that makes you have longevity over time.
Yeah. And not only that, with this particular strategy, if I do get back into the market and it doesn't go in my direction, it will wipe out my profits for the day, and then I'm at break even. So, it's kind of, is it worth it to do that? Probably not.
Yeah.
Especially with the way it's moving. It's Monday. It's not moving much today.
Yeah. Preserve capital for Wednesday.
I think with it, Dr. Lakeisha, I think with it being a Monday and I'm not really seeing the movement that I want to see, I think I'm going to take my trade for the day.
Yeah.
And I'm done. Yeah, I'm done.
Yeah, absolutely. John Paul, welcome. Blessings.
Yeah, I'll go ahead and let you share, Tim.
Yeah, you're going to see some on this gold trade. So I'm currently in drawdown on this gold trade. And so what I'm looking at, I have stop loss pulled below the daily VWAP that we're going to retest here. We're going to see if this thesis holds up, that this low that was put in by this green candle is that truly the liquidity zone that I was looking at. And so stop loss is just below that. I got a little more risk on this trade, and currently in that drawdown that we were speaking of. If I draw my trade box, this is what I'm looking at right here, is a little over a 1-to-1 trade. And so seeing if this daily VWAP holds up, kind of in the same position that Nedra was in early on. The only thing is that lower time, this is a higher time frame play. Lower time frame TDI is working against this trade. But what I like about it is on that 15-minute, when you look at it, I just take off all the indicators and I'll take off the VWAP. What I like about this trade is structure. And so this low was put in as a liquidity grab, that this green candle was the predecessor before that low. I like the way this green candle looked and how we returned off of that. And so that really became my entry point, that off of as liquidity, and we're constantly rejecting off of that, pushing to the upside. So that's what I like about it right now, and that's why I'm staying in the trade. And that's exactly what's happening is.
Yeah, it's playing out there.
Yeah, we got my favorite pattern, the tweezer bottoms right there. That shows that buyers have entered into the market that we can't close, but look at where that's at. That's right on that liquidity zone that we marked out, and now it's pushing to the upside.
Mm-hmm.
And so see if it hits my TP. Right now, I'm break even for the day. I did the one trade on gold, which I got out of early, which would have hit my take profit. But this is the second leg of this up movement, that we have a lot of volume coming in on this move. I want to see this green candle get up there a little, or this green volume candle get up there a little bit.
Yeah, what are you on, the 3-minute there?
Yeah, this is a 3-minute right now.
Can I see your 1 minute?
1 minute doesn't look great.
Yeah, but it still looks bullish to me.
Yeah.
And let me see your 30-second.
Yeah, those aren't looking great.
Yeah.
But this is the area that we need to break. Now, something like this, I want to throw it to Dr. Lakeisha. On this, something like this, you're up for the day. You're up $170. Would you close it right now? Yes or no?
Tim, you already know.
Dr. Lakeisha said, give me my money.
I'm taking it, right? But I also think in the development of my psychology, like, I think it would be best to trust the process on it. Mm-hmm. But for me, just naturally, I would probably say, okay, I'm up, let me close it out and be done. But I think if you have a little bit of patience, I think, and trust your, the indicators, the processes that before I even made the trade that I did, if I would trust that, I think that would play out. But if it was me, I would close the trade and be like, I made some money today and I'm done.
Yeah. No, on this one, I'm going to do that. I'm going to close it here just because I don't like the way price action is moving.
Yeah.
So I'm at 250 right now.
That's awesome.
So I'm halfway to my daily goal on this one. So we made 250. The account's up $250. We're going to 500 on this specific account. But the volume and how it gets up there is important to me. And right now, I don't think for this Monday that there's a lot of volume interested in creating new highs and new lows, which tells me that we're more so in the range. And so I could have moved it to break even, but I'm not going to be trading too long today. It's a Monday. I'm looking forward to Wednesday, Thursday, and Friday. Those are our heavy news days.
Mhm.
And so I just wanted to make a little bit of profit. And I think that's, differing strategies where Nedra just leaves her trade box up and lets the trade run. I think that's key for your strategy, if that's your strategy. For me on this one, it was, hey, where are you at in relation to your daily goal? We're halfway there. Okay, let's not put that on one trade, because I can find these type of trades all day. I can come in the afternoon and find that kind of trade. So why risk it for the retest and have to sit on the charts for longer than I want to?
Yeah.
So it goes into your trading plan, your trade psychology, and how you look at it. Hey, real quick, Nedra, I want to ask you something.
Yeah.
Because you said something about prayer in trading, which is interesting, but it's also a fact. Have you utilized prayer or conversation with God in helping your strategy, and in what ways?
I feel like I use prayer and conversation with God more to help my psychology and my anxiety with trading.
Mm-hmm.
I feel like, there's a million different strategies and there's a million different ways to enter the market, and the market is only going one way, two ways, up or down.
Yeah.
So I feel like my prayer has been mostly focused on my psychology, me being anxious and questioning, whether or not this is going to work for me when God already told me that it is. So I just have to get through my day-to-day psychology to continue to trust that, I'm doing the right thing.
Right.
Yeah.
Yeah, that makes sense. It's a lot of times it's we talked about David and his slingshot, and what most people don't recognize is that the technique that he used on Goliath,
Mm-hmm.
he rehearsed that technique over and over again. It's the shepherd slaying. He rehearsed that over and over again in the field by himself, to the point where he perfected it, where he can throw a stone, 100 miles an hour, and cause significant damage. And so a lot of times, what we'll see is that, we can hear from God on the strategy of when to enter, exit, and different things. But other times a God move requires you to rehearse and practice it. And I think that speaks a lot to your strategy, is that how many hours you spend on the chart just practicing that one move.
Yes.
To where you can perfect it when you see it. Like it's not a big deal to be in that much drawdown, because you've seen this 1,000 times.
Yeah, and that's why I said I use prayer to really help control my anxiousness, because I've done it. I'm seeing it. It is a working strategy, but sometimes you let doubt set in. And even if it doesn't hit stop loss, this is if it does hit stop loss, this is a part of trading. Losing trades is a part of trading. And if you never lose a trade, I guess there are some, people out there who claim that they never lost a trade, but
not me.
I'm
not one of them.
I think that the majority, you are going to lose trades. And so you have to be okay with the loss. And as long as you are putting the proper risk management in place, then it's okay to lose a trade.
Yeah. Yeah, absolutely.
Yeah.
Well, I think, you hit your take profit for the day. I'm halfway to my take profit.
Yeah, good job.
Billy's back. I want to add him to the stage as well.
Okay.
Yeah, how's it going, guys?
Good.
Hey, Billy.
Yeah. So I got, just to recap, I caught about half of my goal on this gold trade. And this is the reason why I got out of it. But I entered in around here, took it up to the retest of this structure here, and got out. So that represented about half of my goal, my trading goal for the day. And then Nedra caught this right off a little bit above VWAP, but caught this nice runner up and hit her take profit goal as well. So she's up 1,250.
And I'm up US 30. Yeah, 1250.
1250. Yep.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. So we're sitting pretty good for the day, and the US 30 looks like it's getting ready to take off.
Looks
Yeah.
like oil's down by our entry as well. Taking a look at that, we do have divergence on the 5-minute chart.
Yeah,
Just
we've got
seeing what
divergence on the
other-
hour as well. That's what I like about it.
Yeah.
Just looking left at the level that it's currently on is really retesting all of this structure. This old resistance here. And, with oil, you look at prices that produce the high. And so these prices here that we're at produce lows, definitely produce lows. But then when it climbed on top, it produced highs. So that's what we're currently retesting with 24 minutes left on the hour candle. And then we could start stepping this back to see all that divergence at that level. Currently rejecting off that 45-minute 200 and getting divergent. Yeah, I really like this level. Are you thinking about getting in here, Billy?
Yeah, I am. I actually almost just got in at that low, which looks like it's pushing higher. So I'm going to see if it falls back down a little bit and then try to get like that double bottom or something on that 1 minute.
Okay.
Mm-hmm. Can I see your 30-second on that? Okay.
Yeah, we're going to retest this structure here pretty soon. But the double bottom is definitely the place to get in on this gold trade. I'm just going to see how much. Yeah, it's like $37 a contract. Or excuse me. It's not $37. Can't be. Oh, it is. Yeah, $37 a contract. All right, here's the push down. Really shorten up this trade box. All right, we're only taking this to daily VWAP. Let me get rid of these fibs. Yeah, I kind of like this this zone as it's coming down. So let me figure this out.
US 30 is just going back and forth.
A little choppy right now. Yeah, we're in the that's a big range right there. Just high to low.
That's it.
Yeah, top of range. That's kind of what we talked about early on when we did headline news, is that until Wednesday, we'll probably see it operate in this range.
Yeah.
That's exactly what it's doing.
So it's coming back down to that. I am not taking another trade today, but it's coming down to that level of old resistance again. And on the 1 minute and the 30-second, there is some potential shark events.
I want to take the 30-second shark fin. Yeah.
There's still 6 minutes left on a 15-minute candle.
Yeah, it's had a hard time breaking this zone too.
And yeah, let's see what it does right now. You watching it, Lakeisha?
Yeah. I do think if it hit it, I am gonna get in, but
Yeah, high and low of the range. We're retesting resistance right now, and it's rejecting. So,
are we on gold though? Are you? Well, it looks like you're on US 30.
yeah, we're on US 30.
I was talking about gold.
Oh, you're looking at gold. Sorry.
I was looking at gold.
Oil's starting to push down a little bit. If we could get a little bit lower, get that discounted price.
Let me put some alerts here. Because we want the divergence on this. And then gold. Yeah, gold. I'm not looking at gold too much right now because we hit that auction. So this is the liquidity area that I have for gold. If it comes back down there, I'm going to put some alerts right there.
Yeah, it was oil, Tim. I'm sorry. My matcha ran out. It's the matcha. I needed. It's like, you know, I meant to say oil. That's what I was looking at. So
Oil. Okay.
Yeah.
Yeah. No, this looks good right here.
I did not have any, what do you call it, Billy? Go-go juice.
Yeah, go juice.
Did not have any this morning. And so tomorrow I have to be better prepared. I did not have a cup of coffee this morning.
Looks like we got that double bottom on oil. It's pushing a little bit lower.
Yeah, oil's kind of risky. I'm gonna see where it exhausts and let those candles formulate.
Yeah.
Come on, get down, get down. So we're on this trade line on that has been support right here on US 30. TDI isn't shaping out yet. I like it. 9 seconds left on this. We'll see if this 800 closes. We may just push right past that. And price is getting cheaper right now.
Yeah, definitely think you're gonna have a buy opportunity here soon. After this finish.
13 seconds.
Yeah. Let me extend this.
The 15-minute candle has two and a half minutes left. Who was that, Tim?
Yeah, this is me.
You got to US 30?
I'll bid on this one.
Okay.
We got 20 contracts on it, and I like the divergence that's currently there.
Oh, where's the divergence on what?
I'm on the actually I'm on the 30-second. So
okay, let me see.
Yeah,
I didn't see the
bottoms,
divergence. Oh yeah,
bottom.
that's some divergence playing out.
Yeah, with potential to run a little higher. I don't know why my stop is right there. My stop should be right here.
Make sure you modify it. Okay.
Yeah, my sell limit should be right here. All right. So we'll see if we get any momentum to the upside if this is a bottom.
Mm-hmm. It's about 1 minute left on the 15-minute candle.
Find a little bit of bulls coming into the market. They wanted that discounted price. Not a lot of volume behind it though yet.
Mm-hmm.
There we go.
Oh, yeah, that looks good.
All right, I'm going to extend my stop, and I'll just start moving my stop loss up.
There's a nice sharp fin being created on the 1 minute, divergence on the 30-second.
All right, so now it's a risk-free trade for me. That's where my strategy varies a little bit from yours, Nedra.
Yeah.
I'll just rather, so it just hit my stop loss.
Yeah, that's the thing, like, because I feel like the way US 30 moves, it'll come down, tap you out, and then
So
US 30 loves finding stop losses.
it does. It does.
It's like no matter where you put it, it will find it.
Yeah, it does.
Yeah, I want the discounted price on it with the accumulation. So
yeah, you would have been in drawdown right now if you would have held it. So that's good.
Yeah, and that's kind of like the strategy. It's like these when I look at that, when it comes up against, it's retesting this liquidity area. And so I look at these as failed auctions. So, you have this big candle. Now, let's say this candle engulfed this last candle, and there was a lot of volume that came in behind that move. Then I would say, oh, yeah, I should hold on to this. But if you look at the amount of volume that came in off of that move, it doesn't compare to what this down move is saying.
Yeah.
And so I say, like, well, I'd rather get taken out at break even and buy it cheaper, down a little lower. And so that's always been my strategy that I stick with. Every now and then I'll let it play out, but it depends on what price action is doing.
That makes sense. Yeah, it's still coming down.
Yeah. I'll put that same 20 contracts on, and let it just let it come down and buy it cheaper.
It's even better divergence being formed on the 30-second.
Yeah. Yeah, I think it'd be a better move. I don't think it's this market is not an ideal trading scenario. Like it's not something that we're going to catch huge moves on. Yeah, it looks like it's coming down. Like this may be a target down here.
That zone, yeah, I have. Yeah. What do I have down there? Is that the gap?
Yeah, the gap's right there. That's this line represents the gap, which happened that we tested.
Yeah,
we just didn't test all of it.
Yeah, I still have that gap down there. And on the 15-minute, we're definitely bearish on the 15-minute.
Yeah. So yeah, I get out the way. All right. Well, I'm up for the day. I'm kind of done trading at this point.
Yeah, I'm not excited about. I mean, you know that I mainly trade US 30, so I feel like I've already found my one move for the day on there, and really feeling the way it's moving. So I'm not gonna risk my profits for the day. And tomorrow's a new trading day.
Yeah, especially with this price action that's currently going. Now that I say that, when it hits the target, it's filling that gap.
It's filling the gap. It is. It's coming down to fill the gap. It's going to go back up. It's going back up. Right now, it's coming down to fill that gap. But yeah, I'm not going to wait for it. I'm going to see what that action does tomorrow.
Yeah, tomorrow's a new day. I think I'm going to close out my Trade-O-Vate account and just watch it. I think it will buy from here, but I want a solid trade, and so I want to be around, Tuesday, Wednesday when news happens.
Yeah,
I want to have enough liquidity available for that.
Yeah.
All right. Well, I'm gonna jump off the call for now.
Yeah, I'm gonna jump off too. I'll see you guys in the morning.
All right, you hit your goal, Billy. Are you still trading for the day?
Yeah, I'm still looking. Kind of at break even right now, so I'll see what else we got going on for the day and kind of go from there. See what the day gives, but try to also preserve capital for tomorrow. So
yeah. All right. Well, we'll end the broadcast for now, and appreciate everybody jumping on.
Yeah, this was fun.
Yeah, it's fun. It's going to be good. We're going to continue to press through. You know, we've been trading together for a while, so what's a couple more years trading together?
Right.
Bring a few more people with us, so and glorify Kingdom as we're doing it. No, that's good. But everyone have a good day. Let's do the same thing tomorrow.
All right. Have a good day, guys.
Appreciate y'all. Have a good one.
Have a good one.